Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Whiskey Crusaders. We got, of course, buddy Eric's here, who's our other fellow sommelier, and Will we join us a little bit. And of course, I think everybody pretty much knows Scott. Scott just telling me he's also an amazing man, Scotch Malt Whisky Society. We figured Scott would come join us because Jeremy Burns donated 19 samples, and I don't know any of them are. And then we have these other 4 awesome bottles that were donated. So we have 22 samples to go through this evening. So, or 23 samples. So should be fun times. So we might have to drink quite a bit this evening. So Scott, if someone somehow does not have a clue who you are, tell them who you are.
I was going to say, I always assume not everybody knows who I am, and I don't think everybody does. I'm Scott. First started almost 10 years ago now with the Scotch Test Dummies on YouTube. Led to me getting a job with the Scotch Malt Whisky Society. Still doing both Scotch Malt Whisky Society full-time and Scotch Test Dummies on the side still. So going good. And known Matt for a while now. I remember the first time we met down in Austin at the Bastards Ball, and you had this big setup in the lobby of the La Quinta down there, and it was a fun weekend, and that was my introduction to Matt.
Yep, Scott's been in the house a time prior as well, so he's seen the insanity. And of course, next time Scott comes down here, we should have the castle built by then. So in a couple of months or so, that should be built. So we organize and not in my house anymore.
Oh, nice.
So that'll be nice. And there's a screaming child in the background, so we got that going for us. I don't know what they're fighting over, but it's not going well. Close the door while you fight.
Wouldn't be a Whiskey Crusaders live stream without it.
It's been fine, really, for the most streams lately. Except for tonight, of course. We're reminisce like old times. Say hi to Steve A, Donald Rand, Scott Moody, got Lito, we got Spencer, John, Roscoe. Good to see you guys here.
Yeah, recognize all those names.
It's like I'm sure you pretty much know all those guys for sure. Like you've all been around a long time. So I guess we should start drinking some whiskey now.
Should. I've been waiting. Actually, I didn't. This is a late stream for me, and I didn't. I was holding off, and I was like, man, I've got to start drinking at some point.
Yeah, because you know it's late. So I don't know if there's any order particularly we need to go to. I'm just going on what number we have here.
See if we can figure them out.
So, like I said, Jeremy Burns did all these beautiful ones here. These are all from 2021 or prior. So we have a 7.259.
Let me look at your list real quick. So those watching that don't know, he's talking Scotch Malt Whisky Society samples. We have 12 flavor profiles, kind of from lighter profiles to heavier profiles on the palate. But let me look at your list and see. And I don't have, the only sample I have that Matt has and Eric has is Smoky Maritime Hit, which is a peated Bunnahabhain from a couple years ago. It was a festival release. That's the only one I have, but I think we better wait for a couple of samples to get into that because it's peated.
Okay.
So let me look at your list and see what you have, and then I'll have something similar. And then
this one is the
Spicy and sweet.
7.259. So it's a Speyside Lousy. I don't know what that means, but
Could be Glenmossy.
what's the number on it?
7.259.
I'll just look it up.
Yeah, Donner Pass, they are, because that's what Jerry gave them to me, and so that's what they're in. I've never opened them till this evening. They've been sitting in a box for 2 years. 2.5 years now.
Oh.
So they were in this UPS box that he handed me at the Bastards Ball 2 years ago. I was like, here's some awesome whiskey samples. And I'm like, cool. I'll get to these Sunday. But he moved to England. So prior he lived in Houston. So I sent him a WhatsApp message like, hey, you can watch the show tomorrow because it's like midnight in England right now. So I figure he can take a look. See, we're finally gonna drink his stuff.
It's a 13-year-old, the Shaman's Cabinet, as they call it. Mostly out of Speyside. Initial aroma of dusty pineapple and cherry pits, some dried mango slices, so a real fruit bomb. It is a first fill barrel, don't know which. It's 61.4%. And there were 108 bottles made available in the U.S. That's it.
So if we indicate first fill barrel, it's just a first fill ex-bourbon barrel.
Probably a bourbon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, 7 is Longmorn. So I'm looking for, I know I've got some older Longmorns. I'm going to see if I can find something around that 13-year-old range. That's also in our spicy and sweet flavor profile. Yep. I'll try to get in there as well, which is that purple label.
What number am I looking for?
Oh, that's the Shaman's.
It's 7-259.
Yes, I thankfully did put them in order before I started the show. Thank God. So Steve A says 7 is a Longhorn. So thanks, Steve. I know Scott did that too, so even better. John Crane is drinking a 52.4, which is a sweet and zesty sea air. Very nice. Hey, Andy, good to see you there.
7. Right. I'm gonna go with. I got 7.264, which it's a 17-year-old Longhorn.
Very nice.
So,
Longhorn is one of my favorite distilleries, so I cannot go wrong.
Yeah, we get some good casks. Those that don't know, Scotch Malt Whisky Society, we source whiskeys. We're a private club, independent bottler, basically. Our whiskey's only available to our members. So,
very nice. So that's a good thing. Yeah, so Scott was like, I bought the club. Hey, you can join in all those fun things along to the evening as well, because some of you may not have heard about it before, just in case. And there's a lot of really good whiskey. I've never had a bad one, so
yeah,
they go from good to really fucking great.
We're 99%. We're single cask strength whiskeys. We don't add water. We don't bring it down.
Nice.
Single cask. I mean, sometimes there's a double maturation, something, but single cask on the whiskey just came out of one cask. So it could be an ex-bourbon barrel. It could be a hogshead, a sherry butt, puncheon, barrique, things like that. So
that's pretty fucking great to start with. That'll do.
We're done.
Wow.
That's really great.
The fruit on that is spectacular.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
See, Andy, the Ardbog's going to be on the way soon. Nice. Thanks, Andy. Appreciate that. See, Roscoe says he's been blending Ardbeg, Ano, and a few just for rare breed rye. Doesn't change anything, but the Ardbeg except it gives it a little rye spice. That's very nice. That sounds awesome.
I love making blends with rye and peat.
See, Donald put a 51 Scotch Malt Whisky right now. Very nice.
Hey, Will, definitely add a couple drops of water to it.
Yeah.
Water in the nose offers lemon pith, custard, vanilla cream, coconut water, and honeysuckle. A fresher shade of mango, Caribbean fruit punch, and cut red apple comes out. That's some good fruit.
I mean, the red fruits on this, just without the water, are spectacular to begin with. It's really wonderful.
So when you talk about that number, like that one is 7.259, is that one is?
Correct. That's right. Yeah.
So 7 means that's the 7th distillery that we bought whiskey from, and then 259 is the 259th cask that we've released.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, that's how the numbering goes.
Oh, that's okay. Did not know that. So what's the first distillery you guys bought from?
Glenfarclas.
Okay. And I assume you're still buying from Glenfarclas?
Oh, yeah.
They're still around? Okay.
Yeah, we just released. We got a Glenfarclas on the website this month.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Freedom Malt's good to see you. Well, we're going to have a great evening. If this is what we're starting with. Holy shit.
The water brings out more of a phenolic quality to me.
Which one?
Matchstick.
Phenolic, yeah.
There's a little long one there, yeah.
And
our
I don't know
sevens
if
are
that's
really
plastic.
fruit. Sorry, go ahead, Will.
I was just saying, I don't know if that's the plastic or if that's the whiskey itself.
I don't. No, I hope not. I hope it's just the whiskey. Hopefully the plastic hasn't done anything to it. I wouldn't think so.
I was wondering if that was plastic.
I've tasted through most of mine, and I'm getting a phenolic note on most of them at this point. So I'm wondering if the plastic has started to leach a little bit.
Could be.
We'll see as we get through these a little bit more.
I didn't touch any of these ever before today, so I don't know what any of them taste like.
Yeah.
I had great restraint in not touching these for 2.5 years.
I did not.
I know you have no restraint. We're fully aware of this fact. That's why the good whiskey stays here and not at your house.
That's right.
Because you'll drink it all.
That's right. And when I have good bottles, what do I do with them? Hand them
you
on
bring
over
them to me because it'll be safe here. And when you want some, you ask for some. It's much safer.
It's true. It's true.
Okay. So Andy says he believes the podcast, Whiskey Cast, had a great interview with the founder of the Scotch Malt Whisky and the story of it all. Oh, good to hear.
Was that recently, Andy? That's Pip Hills founded it, and I don't know if he's still in the States or not. He was just here. We did a kind of a book tour with him. He went.
Cool.
They did tastings in Washington D.C. and San Francisco.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Scott, did you change out all the bottles behind you completely now, or just a different setup for your?
Well, I've got it started a lot smaller on this wall, and then it's L-shaped. So then this other wall over here has all bourbons on it right now.
Okay, because I'm like, last time I checked, you've got a lot. I mean, obviously, you work for them now, so you have a ton of them. But it's like, did you have to build more shelving, or?
When Bart and I are filming with the Scotch Test Dummies, we'll shoot into the corner, so you get the shelf of bourbons, and then
Okay.
WS, yeah. But then my scotches are back in my office, back in another,
Just move shit all around.
I'm trying to be. I'm about a tenth of Matt.
Yeah, it's still a lot either way.
That's true.
Hey, Cheech, good to see you. It's like people come here and they're like, say they tell their wives, they're like, I don't have a problem at all. Look at Matt's collection; it's fine. They're like, you can never bitch at me ever again.
3,000 bottles will do it.
So it makes them feel better about themselves and their life decisions. So it's fine.
Matt's like, let's see, where is that whiskey? Is it in this room or this other room? I think it's in one of these boxes.
Sometimes that's exactly how it goes. And I have to go box diving, and it's a real pain in the ass.
Upstairs, downstairs, which is it?
Sometimes I don't know. Most of the time I do know where they are, but there's a few that like I've moved around lately, and I'm like, I don't know where it is anymore. Fuck.
What's the castle that you're building or designing?
So it's from my house, about 15 minutes from my house. It's gonna house most of this whiskey, and we'll do educational whiskey tastings over there, and also bring in distilleries and do events. So you'd be able to do a Scotch Malt Whisky Society event coming if you want to come down and do one. We could
absolutely
set that up. So we fun things like that.
Yep.
I hate to move the conversation, but we got a lot of whiskeys to get through.
Yes.
I still got a video to edit. So what's the next
We'll
one?
get there. It's all good. I'm in no hurry. I don't give a shit about it. It's fine.
Are we going
I
to?
I have a video to edit before going to bed. And 20-something whiskeys here. So
Good luck with that, bud.
Are you guys gonna pour all of those?
That's my plan.
Well,
All right.
it is a Monday,
I mean, I think the most we've ever done was around 40 something on one stream. I think that was about Balcones was about 40, something like that.
That sounds about right.
Let me hold on. Let's see. Or you guys
So
just want
if
to
I
move
have
on?
a-
you want to go in numerical order here?
Yeah, I think that's probably the easiest.
What
We'll be going
get
in and out
something-
of Pete, but that's okay.
If you do
Unless
get
you
something to eat it, just go ahead and taste it. You think?
That's fine, unless you want it. Unless you want to switch them up, and because you're the one that knows what order it is. I have no idea. If you prefer it, just tell us. Call it a number. We'll move to that one. What else we got to start real quick?
Wow. So some of these that I have that are like 122.34, that's going to be the 122nd distillery that you've purchased barrels from.
Yes.
That's really amazing.
Now, how about? Do you have any nines?
Yeah, we got 9.206.
I was just going to go in numerical order. So 9 is Glen Grant. Glen
Oh,
Grant.
that'd be perfect. Yeah,
Longmorn will be pretty similar in profile.
Perfect.
Which one is it?
9.206. Let Eric read us about what's this one called?
This one is Speyside, Glen Grant. A Freshness of Autumn. It is a 17-year-old, 56.4%, 90 bottles in the States. First fill barrel, so I assume bourbon. Time left in the glass was rewarded with a mix of white chocolate cookie dough, maraschino cherries, tropical fruit before developing into deeper aromas of Chinese five-spice, tobacco, and autumn leaves.
Yeah, the first thing I picked was that.
I don't think I'll get any Chinese five spice on the one I'm.
Yeah, I don't know what the Chinese spice is, but it was like cookie dough. That was there immediately.
That's a new one.
This is a 17-year-old Glen Grant 9.229 hits the sweet spot.
Nice.
Do you guys have the ABV written down on yours?
56 something.
Okay.
56.4.
Ooh, the nose is spectacular.
Yeah. Yep.
Woo.
Very fresh spring day. The fruits are really nice and ripe.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the pear and peach. Nice.
Freshness of an autumn day is what they call it.
I'm getting more spring than autumn, but that's fair.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice leaves.
Real similar profile, maybe a little bit more floral for mine than the Longmorn, that we came from. Longmorn a little bit more fruity.
Mhm.
Fruit and floral here, malty, citrusy, a little bit more oak showing, I think, on this one for me, both 17-year-olds.
Yeah. Again, with the phenolic note, though.
Yeah, that's definitely not good, right? Maybe it is.
Who knows?
Yeah.
When you're single barrels, it could be anything.
Yeah.
Is the same phenolic note you're getting, Will?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's the plastic, like you said. Thankfully, I'm not picking that up. Thank God. Or maybe it's because I have an open mine. Or maybe because they oxidized as they were opened. Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Blood off.
It's good to know. So basically, after this stream, I need to dump these into glass
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
or make the greatest freaking blend ever. That's the other option.
Yep.
And I think that's what I might do with mine, just because they're all going to be
Because I don't
less
think
than
I'm going
halfway
to
at this
sit
point.
around. I'll review the big bottles, obviously, but I don't think we're probably going to review all these tiny sample ones.
Palette is mango, lychee, passion fruit, green apples, gooseberries, wild strawberries, and a little bit of baked apple pie in the background.
All right.
We get the
so
baked apple pie.
Donald wants to know, Scott, have you ever tried some of the Bushmills and Cooley releases? In my opinion, some of the best balls ever released from those distilleries.
Mm.
We had a Bushmills. If you're talking about like our releases,
Yeah, your release.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, right here. This one just earlier this year, Delightful Intervention. That was if I can get it, there we go. That was a 19-year-old Bushmills.
Nice.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and Ex-Sauternes Barrique.
Ooh, what's the proof on that one?
56.2.
Oh, Jesus,
Nice.
that's what I need that in my fucking life. Like, because all the Bushmills we get here, like the best Bushmills is the Prohibition because it's 46. Even the 21 is 40.
I
Which is
know,
a fabulous whiskey, but it's like, fuck, what does cast strength Bushmills taste like? I want to know.
Let's see, most of because I've got so many, I've got 200 SMWS bottles.
Yeah, I bet,
most
yeah.
of them only have a couple ounces out of them because I've tasted it, sampled it,
Sure.
reviewed it, blah blah blah. This one though, I don't know if you can see it, it's down to here.
You like that one a bit.
Yeah, so I've had several pours out of that one.
Nice.
But no, that was a delicious. It's very
That
nice.
sounds awesome, yeah. And I do love Bushmills, so that sounds cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that gets me with Irish whiskeys. Redbreast does a little bit better. So past their 12-year-old, they're at 46%. But yeah, Bushmills.
And you have to go to Walsh. You have to go to Irishman, which I guess technically is Bushmill. Some of that older stuff, some of the older 17-year cask strength Irishman and stuff. But
yeah, the Middleton, like the Barry Crockett edition.
Do like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, Middleton Derek Gaelic, of course, is the best.
But the Barry Crockett's even only at 46%.
Yeah.
True.
Is it? I don't know. Is it 46 though? I thought
46. Yeah, the Derek Gaelic
only
is
at
cask
46.
strength.
So you really have to go to the Derek Gaelic series to get something that's put out by Middleton. That's
Yeah,
cast
right.
strength.
That's cask strength, right?
At least released here. I don't know what you can get there.
Right.
I was just looking too, and the one that you guys are sampling right now was for a 17-year-old. It was in our light and delicate profile. And I've only seen a 17-year-old in that profile. We had a Craig Ellickey that was a 17-year-old that was in that profile as well, and it was very interesting, especially for a Craig Ellickey at 17 years to come off at like a light and delicate, and it was very interesting.
Huh.
Their 13-year doesn't come off light. So
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah.
I wonder if it was just a very heavily used barrel.
That could be. Yeah, I don't remember what the barrel type was on it.
Could have been like a 5-time used sherry barrel that finally housed some whiskey in it.
It might have been. It was just a bourbon barrel, but it might have been a refill where you passed 3-4 times of
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah, because that wood interaction lessens so substantially each time.
Yep.
What's 10? What's 10?
You're gonna grab my dump bottle. Matter of fact, to dump mine into.
Should we do a 10 batch, Scott, or a 10S batch, or is that going to be way too heavily peated?
Some 10s are peated. That's Bunnahabhain. Some are peated,
Okay.
some aren't. So it kind of depends. Which one is it?
This one is smoked.
10S batch.
That one's
Smoky
peated.
maritime hit is what they call it.
Oh, yeah, that's heavily peated. It
Yeah.
smells wonderful.
Yeah. Well, let's wait on that one.
All right, we'll wait on that one.
And then the next one is also Bunnahabhain peat.
Okay, so the next one is also 10.2, is also another Bunnahabhain that's peated.
Okay.
I have a G1032.
That's like wait, I don't know what that's gonna be.
Looks like the next one we want to go for.
Oh, you're saying batch 10.
13.82.
Okay, 13.82. How about that one?
Okay, that should be Dalmore, I believe. I gotta look real quick.
Ooh, well, that's not colored,
Yep.
Delmore.
Oh, then this will be the first time I've ever had a Dalmore. If that is Dalmore, it's gonna be the first uncolored Dalmore. I've never had
And cash strength.
cash strength, let alone
Just
not their offering. So I'm really looking forward.
okay. And this one, looking at your list, was a first fill Cosecha wine barrique, which is a white wine, if I
Wait,
remember.
I don't know what kind of wine that is.
Yep. Cosecha. Cosecha.
Uh huh.
Will, what is that kind of wine? You're a wine sommelier.
I got nothing.
Failure. You're a failure. All right, so on and
I'm
on.
assuming possibly Spanish, possibly Lebanese.
All right, where's Eric? Wait, we're gonna have to get him in here to figure this shit
No
out.
kidding.
Here it is. It's a French oak barrique. This barrique came from Jerez and was used to create a sweet white wine known as cosecha, which means harvest.
Steve, who knows? I drank a lot then. It's possible. Do I remember it? No. I might have told you it was really good. I don't remember, Steve. That was a long time ago.
Sweet, fruity, and
possible.
I'm not getting any of the phenolic note on the nose on this one.
Because Steve, if you did give it to me, it was probably whiskey 100 something for the day. So God only knows. I'm sure my answer was it's really fucking good. Ah, it smells.
Earl Grey
I've
tea.
got your wine somewhere here. I'm just trying to find it.
We got Earl Grey tea on the nose, fig rolls, raisins and dates, walnut wine, and fruit marmalade, and a little bit of coconut powder. Rather, cocoa powder. My bad.
That's really nice. That's really good. This is 13.82, Steve. Is it the same one? Because if it was, that's really funny.
It's 7 years old.
That's all that is 7?
7.
Wow. Yeah, it's usually, I think.
Barriques are small though, so they're like quarter casks.
Mm.
5 years in a bourbon hogshead, then transferred into the
That
Cosecha
wine.
for 2.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, that's got some snap to it.
It's very nice.
Yeah. Dark chocolate with soft ginger flavored filling on the palate.
Okay, you have that one, but the ball you brought to the ball is a different one. Okay, cool. Very nice.
So the one that I have labeled batch 10 and the one that I have labeled 10S batch, do you think those are both?
Those are Bunnahabens. Yeah, those are heavily peated boonies.
Yeah, those 2 10s don't touch those yet.
Well, I got 3.
You got 3?
I have
Oh,
one
batch 10, that's a different, the other batch 10 something else too. That's another different one.
Okay, so batch 10 is not the same as 10S batch.
Correct. 2 different things.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm not finding my Cosecha wine one that I had.
Well, we can say it's at least we know it's delicious.
Yeah, but no. Right here. This is a different Dalmore we released a while back. 13.93. This one was in our spicy and dry flavor profile. Very odd I love this one for a Dalmore that was non-sherry casked, and it was just very in your face. 64.6%. A 9-year-old, and yeah, it was. I mean, I was anxious to try it, being a Dalmore that wasn't sherry.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Just blown away by it.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that is nice.
Oh, Steve. Okay, that sounds like an accurate conversation. I like that. There. So Steve says, my discussion after drinking this, the Scotch Malt Society Dalmore, was to weep at what Dalmore could be if it wasn't filtered, watered, and colored to within an inch of its life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty funny. You know, Scott, have you ever asked the Dalmore rep, like, what's up with that? Like, just on the side?
No,
I'm going to ask him that next time I'll meet one. I just want to know. I'm like, it doesn't have to be like on camera. I just want to ask him, like, what the hell's – I mean, really, is it going for a profile for a reason? And obviously it's worked. I mean,
yeah,
it's clearly worked.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, it's not just Dalmore. You can get into there. There's a lot of distilleries that,
Right.
their
That's
shelf releases have one profile, and then you get into single cask. These whiskeys like this that have been
True.
cast differently, and they're just you'd never guess blind. Like
Right.
that whiskey,
No
you would
idea.
never guess blind that was a Dalmore. If you didn't know going into it. So
Well, again,
Exactly.
especially on the color. I mean,
Yeah. It's funny. You guys obviously use no coloring, which makes that nice. It makes it easy.
right, yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
there are no colors. It's whatever the cast came out. Because it's funny looking at some of these. Some of these are really freaking dark, and some of these are really light. So it's just entertaining to see what we got. Okay, so the next one is 16.53.
Nope,
Yep.
skip that one. It's peated. Go down to 26.164 that you have.
All
Yes,
right,
yes.
26.164.
This one, though, is going to be a little bit different. 26,
All right.
26 is Klein Leash.
Oh,
Talking my language, all right.
yes,
All
waxy.
right.
On the wax.
This one's going to be different. This one's oily and coastal profile. So this one's pretty thick and heavy on the
Perfect.
palate.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah. Let me look at your list here and see.
It's only 7 years old.
Yeah, I've got one here similar, a 9-year-old Klein Leash, oily and coastal. Yours is 63% ABV. Was a first fill ex bourbon barrel, and so mine is too, but 61.6. So mine's real close to yours here.
Oh, that smells amazing.
Oh, bubblegum.
Yeah, baseball cards.
Yes, totally. Old baseball.
Yeah, the old ones like the 70s or 80s.
Oh man.
Oh, damn.
Tops
It's
baseball
definitely
card
briny.
bubblegum.
That's the best kind
definitely
there
sea
is.
salt.
Yeah, see, maritime, just like maritime sea salt, things like that.
Yeah, a little seaweed.
Usually
I'm
big
getting
time.
birthday cake. I'm getting like this just wonderful
Yeah.
cake note.
Yeah, I absolutely I agree with that, Will.
Ooh, little oysters in there.
Interesting. Yeah, it's very salty.
Oh, that's beautiful. I gotta drink
A
those.
little bit of orange marmalade.
Totally. Yep. Citronella too.
The nose is phenomenal.
Oh, it's so freaking waxy.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
I wanted to say, but I'm like, is it just because I know it's Klein Leash? But no, I mean, there's some furniture polish in here.
Yep.
Oh, it's so
Absolutely.
freaking good.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Lemon scented candles is the review.
okay. I could see that.
Mm,
He's got a couple of Clean Leashes, both 8 years.
yeah. Ooh.
And
Yeah,
we
it
filled
finishes
both-
with lemon. It packs a punch of orange for me at first,
Yeah,
but
nice
it
thicker
finishes with
citrusy
lemon, like a lemon zest.
lemon peel, or I mean, orange peel, lemon peel,
Yeah.
extract,
A little bit of pledge.
pledge.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Drop of water should be interesting on this.
So when you got to go hang out in the corner, it's just too freaking good.
Ooh.
Special moments.
Let's see. Yeah, and someone said that Klein Leash, or that Freedom Malt says that's my favorite profile from them, oily and coastal from Klein Leash. Yeah, it's one of those odd ones. Like blind, would you ever think Klein Leash with this one? Maybe that waxy
Wax.
Maybe,
Let me
yeah.
get the wax.
might give it away, but
So much solidity to it, yeah.
You'd be like, I don't know, that's pretty thick. That's a lot thicker than most Klein Leashes I've had. Yeah.
So one I got to give to Joe Van Name blind and see if he's a major Clean Leash guy. He has a lot of independent ballers. I'm interested if he picked that out as Clean Leash or not.
Yeah.
A little bit of tar too. Kind of a tar note to it.
Agree.
I really had a nice, mine 9 years compared to your 7-year-old, but really a nice, that oily though, from the oily and coastal, I really had like not that I know what Vaseline tastes like, but it was just like a liquid oil.
What you do in your spare time, Scott? It's on your own time.
Will started laughing at that first.
It was good. It was
With
good.
Vaseline involved, it's bad news. It's not good.
All right.
That's just proof positive that Diageo pretty much ruins everything they touch most of the time. Man. That is
So it looks like I got 48 .117 next.
If it's not peated, I don't know.
Yes.
That'd be a good one.
That's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good one.
All right, what's this one called?
That one is Donut. Do not look back in anger, meaning donut. Look back in anger. Speyside. 7 years old, 60.1%. And Scott, your cue.
I had to look that one up. Balmanock.
Ooh, I've only had a couple of these in the past. So very nice.
So let me see and that's also juicy oak and vanilla flavor profile, kind of medium shade of blue.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I think I've only got maybe one or two whiskeys from these guys. I don't have a lot of time with them.
What's my ABV on this one?
60.1.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Okay.
nice.
7-year-old first fill bourbon.
It smells closer to 50. It does not smell 60.
Okay, this smells like those Oreos that have the birthday cake filling in the middle
Okay.
with like lemon pound cake. It's a super cakey.
Yeah, like lemon meringue almost.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's another first fill barrel for you guys. I've got a 7-year-old 48.131, but it's in the oily and coastal profile.
Okay.
I remember this one now. Intriguing multifaceted was this one, a double casking from
Cool.
an ex-bourbon barrel to a second fill ex-peated barrel. So we had a barrel of whiskey from a distillery that does peated whiskeys. We'd put whiskey in it and aged it, and then dumped it, and then refilled it a second time, and that's what this one that was in there.
Nice.
This one's just a very light trace of peat.
Yeah, this one's called Juicy Oak and Vanilla.
Yeah, Steve had a 15-year version and it saw turns. Very nice. Hey, Galen, good to see you. Sorry to have missed you last time. I know you were here. I know Willie's got to see you, but didn't work out, unfortunately. But hopefully next time you're here, the castle will be built and you can come hang out there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, that is just. Which one is this again? What's the distillery again, Scott?
1 minute.
Balmanock.
Yeah. Yeah, that's now on my hit list.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Turkish Delight.
Wow, that's super different. It's nice and salty brininess to it, but at the same time,
And a lot of pineapple.
Yeah. Yes.
yeah, it's even got like the acidity of pineapple and everything.
Baked pineapple.
As soon as you said that, I got pineapple on mine, which is in the oily and coastal, different barrel, but still
Yeah.
same distillery.
Kind of a bread dough kind of note too.
Yeah.
Freedom Malts wants to know what the DRDF is, Scott.
That's the deep, rich, and dried fruits. There's one coming up, and that's this
Okay.
whole area right here. Oh, it's a sherry one. That's the sherried whiskeys.
Okay.
I got a little bit of peat showing on mine from that ex-peated barrel.
Yeah, I bet.
Just a hint, not much. Highland Park level.
I do love me some Highland Park.
I mean, it's light enough that it didn't even make our peated, profile. We've got three different levels of peat that we do: lightly peated, or heavily peated. So it's light enough it didn't even make the lightly peated profile. So
Nice.
Oh, a little bit of water brings out butter.
You dropping butter in your whiskey?
Yes, butter and like cookie dough kind of notes to it.
Butter cookies.
Yeah, I picked up on the cookie dough without the water.
Yeah.
And I was saying that Oreo vibe, and I was picking up more of a cookie dough vibe.
Yeah, like a custard kind of.
Yeah, it's the cream with Oreo.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. The delicious birthday cake flavored Oreo. Very delicious.
Yeah, that custard is good with the water.
I got a little different profile going than you guys here with this one that's lightly peated.
A little bit of green apple is showing up after that drop of water too.
Nice.
Yeah, I could see that.
I'm still getting a slight phenolic on every single one of these.
Yeah, I think I'm catching a little bit of that too. Will, I think you're right.
Where
on
it feels
the
like it feels like every single one of them have been different. But you know how when we taste Balcones and you can taste that freaking thumbprint across all of them?
Yeah.
To me, everything, all 5 that we've had so far have tasted like it's possible they came from the same distillery. And it's because they're all carrying this strange phenolic note to them. And I guarantee it's this freaking plastic. And I'm kicking myself for opening these.
Yep. I used to get that, and when I worked out in the oil patch, we used to get those big, gigantic plastic barrels, and sometimes you get a whiff of that. It does have a little bit of that kind of note to me in there.
Are you picking it up every once in a while on these, or on
once in a while? But I'm kind of shadowing what you're noticing too.
What's that accent I'm picking up? Does that sound like an Eastern Coast or something?
Yeah, I'm from New York.
I didn't know. I was like, that's not Texas.
But I repented of it. I got out of there as quick as I could.
Came to Texas. It's all good. We saved him from New York.
That's
It's fine.
right.
He saved. Yeah, he redeemed himself.
Exactly.
53,367.
Nope, we have to wait for that's Kalila. We'll wait on that one.
Wait on that.
Go to it was an 84 deep rich.
Okay, 66.184 then.
That's Ardmore. That's peated.
That's Pete. You want to wait on that one too then?
Yeah,
Okay.
there was an 84, I think it was.
Okay, 84.35.
Yeah, that one's deep rich and dried fruits. I got to look up 84. 84.
It's 12 years old and 56.8.
Glendulin.
Oh,
nice.
okay.
Glen, I'm sorry.
Glendulin.
Glentula?
Dulin. Dullan. Glendulin.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I have some of them. I've never given you one. That's why you have no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah, I've not heard of this distillery.
So
but, just haven't given you one.
And it's a first fill Pedro Jimenez.
It's like you can definitely tell the color on that. That is sherry.
we will. The thing is, we've sourced whiskeys from a lot of distilleries that only make whiskey for blends. So a lot of these, will only be used in blends, and they don't really offer only independent bottlers,
Right?
Something like that's where you've had a chance to taste a lot of our distilleries.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I was like, I've never had a sherry. I don't think I've had any sherry ones from them, but I know I've got, I think, at least 3 of them underneath.
I've got to look and see if I've got an 84 Durden deep rich and dried fruit.
Grand Marnier.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. You're right. That's definitely Grand Marnier. Holy crap! Yeah. Once you really get nose in there.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That nice spicy French oranges.
And even a little bit of cognac on there on the palate. Especially.
Absolutely.
It's almost distilled grape.
Yeah, it's got some nice almond on there. Like almond cookies. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yep, I don't have a deep rich and dried fruits from Glendulin, so this one out.
Nice.
I guess I could pull out a 12-year Pedro Jimenez, but
That works. So Steve's drinking a 30-point Ross Inferno Toffee Pudding. That sounds cool.
He's talking about this one right here. That's an all-time award-winning SMWS whiskey right there. I just had a dram of that the other night.
A beautiful label, too. I like that. That's cool.
That is fabulous. Only 12 years old, too.
I'll put a drop in here before.
If you want the place open, we can buy these. Right now, we have no room for these things.
So we do have, just real quick, I'll throw this out there, the Scotch Malt Whisky Society. We do have a promotion going until the end of September. Buy a membership. It's $99 for the first year, and then I'll send you a $100 gift card to use on your first purchase. So
That's cool.
It's kind of a launch.
It's a good deal. If anybody's not a member already here, go check that out.
Yep.
Almost like bitter chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know the chocolates they actually make with the fill of the Grand Marnier? It's like, you get them from like the mall. It's like those. But they have a little bit in there. Oh, that's delicious.
Yeah, I'm having flashbacks to one of those little like chocolate,
Yeah,
bitter
the
chocolate
explosion.
candies.
Yeah.
I can't think of which one. But
That one was tasty. And I didn't get nearly the phenolic note on that one that I did on the others.
Yeah,
So,
I noticed that too. Yeah, I think the
that's a good answer.
Pedro Jimenez overwhelmed it.
It really did. The sweetness was just overwhelming.
Oh, root beer. It's got a root beer note.
Yeah. So, and you'd like to know, what Americanist would you like to get into Scotch Malt Whisky Society that isn't yet?
Well, we're really American distilleries right now are so hard to get into.
Okay.
The game has become so hard to play, and a lot of them have even quit even dealing in
Really?
selling casks. Yeah,
Just because they just shorthanded themselves?
well, yeah, and then also a lot of them, are owned by big players, and they want, if they sell their whiskey, they want it to be in their bottles, basically for branding.
Oh, I
So
see.
it's hard to, but
You're right. So many have been now bought by the big guys. You're right. That, there's Yazoo, the Remy. Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah,
I get it. The Edgerton, whoever. Yeah, that's true. You're right. A lot of the big ones that are really, really good have all been bought up by the big guys now.
yeah.
Which is-
I mean, I would love to see us try to replicate the BTAC lineup each
That
year.
would be so
You know,
great.
That'd be
Yeah.
popular.
But I think it's impossible to do.
Yeah, I'm sure Buffalo Trace is not selling their stuff at all. I have
Right.
no doubt.
Yeah. I mean, if we could get single casks of that stuff, that'd be phenomenal.
That would be phenomenal. That would last about 15 seconds on your website.
Yeah, probably.
Like, and the server's crashed again. Super. But that would be really cool. Now, do you guys do a lot of bourbons or not really any bourbons at all?
We do a handful a year, 5 or 6 probably, somewhere around there. Yeah. And that's a battle we're always fighting. We want to bring more American whiskeys to our, United States members. But then the mothership in the UK, their philosophy is we're the Scotch Malt Whisky Society.
Right. Which I
Not
get
the
it.
Bourbon Society.
Right.
So, it's one of those things we're always trying to.
Sure.
Not Single Malt American Whiskey Society, Scotch Malt Whiskey Society. Yeah, so
Valid.
We
You
do a
probably
handful
don't
of bourbons. We'll get some corn whiskeys or some American single malts, rye whiskeys. We do a handful of rums each year, gin,
Ooh, that's
Armagnacs. So,
I can't imagine that you release a lot of single grain whiskeys either.
not a lot, but a handful. Again, yeah, we've had some. That's the one you come up that started with a G. That's a grain whiskey.
Oh, very cool. All right. Always excited for
Oh,
that.
interesting. Okay.
Hey, Jason Coates.
Yeah. Now the next one, I'm going to have you go down your list. Don't anybody in the chat that knows what this distillery is, don't say it. The sample that you have is probably the last bottle that we released, 107.23.
Okay.
If you're in the chat,
107.23.
don't look it up if you've got your deal. I had to look this one up, and when I saw, I was like, well, we haven't had the bottle. The sample that you have is probably the last cask that we released from this distillery.
Okay.
And this is another deep, rich, and dried fruits. 9-year-old from a second fill toasted oak butt.
Well, the color definitely looks like it's a.
Wow.
It spent 5 years in an ex Oloroso butt and then 4 years in a second fill toasted butt.
Interesting. Oh, it smells phenomenal.
Ooh.
I don't have any 107s. The fact is, I haven't even had a chance to sample any. I want to see what your all's impression. I've heard good things on this one, or from this distillery when we used to have casks from them.
Oh,
This smells delicious. It smells incredibly rich and fruity.
All right, I got to pour me a dirt if just to have with you guys here.
wow. Ooh, that is spectacular.
I'm gonna
See,
pour me a
and
little
this smells
bit.
more like
So coating.
this smells more like Dalmore or like Abalor, maybe even like Macallan to me. Like it's like so deep and rich sherry.
Yeah, and it's like my whole tongue is now completely covered in it. It's almost numb. That's wild.
9 years old.
Same one there. Nice.
No, well, Inferno toffee pudding that came up a
Oh,
little.
yeah, he was talking about
A little sample of that one. Get me into some dirt up here.
Ooh, wow.
Oh, it's spectacular. Fuck. That's really, really good.
Oh wow.
So this is a distillery. Generally, probably 95% of their offerings are sherry cask. So you're in their realm.
Glendronach,
Tamdu.
Avalor, McAllen. I'm in the realm.
You're in the realm, yeah. The region,
Fair enough.
of course. Heavy sherry.
This is delicious.
And Glenfarclas is all sherry. Already had some of those.
Knocked in?
No.
No?
Steve, we've got a G10 coming up in the lineup.
What was the cask number on yours? 107.
107.23.
You want me to tell you? Are you ready? You want me to tell you what that
Sure.
is?
It's freaking delicious.
Glenallachie.
I was the guest with Glenallachie, yeah.
Yeah.
Billy Walker strikes again.
Well, that was probably pre Billy Walker.
Yeah.
That would have been
Just before.
Well, you got let's see, that one doesn't have it. Let's see on your spreadsheet, it'll have that
2011 distilled.
April of 2011. Yeah,
Yep.
so that was pre Billy Walker, just went into a sherry.
Really freaking good.
That's probably why he bought it.
So so if he's part of that, I guess some of my 18-year Glenalchies that I've never opened should be really freaking good.
Well, they're not gonna. They're not single casks, and they're not 60% ABV.
That's true, unfortunately.
I
hope to be a shadow of this at least.
Yeah, I haven't. I've got the Glenallachie 10 cask strengths are probably the closest you're going to get.
I've got one of those,
and those are. I mean the 15, the 18 year. Those are good. They're just,
Yeah, I've never opened my 15 or my 18, so I don't know what to expect out of them.
Yeah. Some of those later batches of that 10 cask strength are just phenomenal.
Good to know. Check some of those out. Hey, Burbank, good to see you there.
I see Eric Evenson tuning in. How come everybody's got a wrench? You guys got a lot of moderators.
Well, the original story of that is because we had a
bad stream with no moderators.
And this person came in as Hillary Clinton and started saying like horrific Nazi things and stuff. And so we had to get rid of her. We had no mods. It was horrible. We broke what the hell we were doing. So after that, we had a lot of mods.
Hillary Clinton was in your chat?
Yes. And she was a Nazi, and it was lovely. So we had to get rid of her very quickly. Kept coming back with all sorts of horrible things. We're like, all right, well, listen, to solve this problem.
Jason Coates is asking if that one you're sampling was finished in SMWS sourced cask or was that matured in Glenallachie's wood? It was 5 years in Oloroso. The first 5 years, I would imagine that was Glenallachie's wood, and then we did a second maturation in another toasted butt. So that one could have been ours, but
okay, interesting.
But to answer your question, basically anybody that was on that stream that wasn't Hillary Clinton became a mod that day.
Pretty much.
So we have a lot, but it was, to ensure
it's better to have more than not have enough. It's just better that way we found.
Yep.
I'm stepping away for just a second.
Okay.
Go ahead and I'll catch up.
Bourbon, you've been one for a while. There's plenty. There's other ones too. It's all good.
It's like 112.
That's fabulous, though. It's like, oh my gosh, that's. Yeah, I'll have to check out my 10 and compare that at some point. It's quite nice. Do you think we move on to the 112.82, Scott?
Okay. Yeah, that one's odd looking at. It's a 13-year-old, but we put it in the young and sprightly profile. I haven't seen anything over 7, 8 years old, maybe 9 in young and sprightly. That's odd for a 13-year-old to be young and sprightly. I don't have anything that I've got young and sprightlies, but they're going to be about 7 years old. So let me find some. And I don't know if I have a 112 or not. Let me look.
Who's the 112?
I want to say that's a Loch Lomond. I think that's Inchmurren. Let me look real quick.
Oh.
Yep, Loch Lomond.
Oh, that's going to be awesome then.
Yeah, we get some great casts from that.
You're right, Eric. That's true. On a given night, only 2 or 3 show up given stream. That's true because most of those are given out a long time ago. And he says, I guess, oh yes, don't forget to mention the private tasting rooms as well. Oh, it's mirror. Oh, so good. It's funny because I got a bottle of it at a spec several years ago, and then we had Michael Henry on, and he's like, "How the hell do you have that?" I'm like, "I don't know. I found it on clearance at Specs." They're like, "That's not even supposed to be in the States. How the hell did you get it?" I was like, "I don't know. It was up on the shelf and I bought it. I don't really give a shit." He's like, "That's not supposed to be there." I'm like, "Don't know. Don't care."
All right. I'll tease you guys. Now, this isn't even really close other than it's a 112. 112.83. This one we released last year. A 25-year-old. We named it Rara Avis.
Okay.
And it was aged in a first fill Sauternes barrique. This was one of my whiskeys of the year for the Scotch Malt Whisky Society.
Yeah,
One of my top five.
Sounds fabulous.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great. Steve, that's probably true. It's been a while, but I'm glad you're here.
You're glad I'm here?
Yeah. Well, we're glad you're here. We're glad Steve's here. Because, Steve hasn't been here in 6 months, so he came to see you, Scott.
Oh, gotcha.
He usually has another stream he has to do stuff for.
He was probably hoping it was Jenna. She got a job with another whiskey company. She left last month.
Oh. Well, it happens, unfortunately. It's the way it goes.
Now, it's been a while since I've poured the Rara Avis as well. But yeah, I think I've got some Juicy Oak and Vanilla 112s in the blue label.
He says he definitely prefers Jenna. Sorry.
No
Hey,
offense.
Will, add some water if you haven't already.
Oh,
I haven't already. I just took my first sip.
is that not glorious, Will? That is fabulous.
Coconut.
Very coconut water.
Yeah.
With like little hints of like papaya.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
I can
really
buy that.
interesting.
And guava, a little mango too.
Guava, sure.
I don't know that I'd go that far. It's not cooley, but it's definitely
No. But
Yeah.
it's
got
hints of it more than like the Cooley stuff. It's more just like a speck of it here.
okay. So I'm not. So I guess the bottles they're not bad, but every one of them to me just has this slight strange.
Yeah. I see it there. I could pick it up on that one too.
And it wouldn't be a big deal if it wasn't across all of them. That would make me think like, okay, this is definitely just something from the plastic. It can't be that all of these have a same,
The lesson we learned is
common
don't
denominator.
pour your whiskey in plastic.
Yeah.
As I sip mine, I'm reminded why this was one of my top 5 whiskeys of last year.
I bet.
Yeah.
25-year-old, those ex-Sauternes.
Spencer's got a point. He goes, "There's something better than working for the Scotch Malt Whisky Society." Hey, Chris.
There is for some people. Maybe there might not be for some people, but there is for some.
Oh, how lucky you there, Chris. You landed in the land of dirty brown water. Lucky you. I'm sure you were having a fabulous time then. It's better than, I guess, being at home right now, right? You're in the States hanging out. It's all good.
13.4.
Okay, you said water.
That's delicious.
Did you say Jason Coates' comment? I don't know.
Yeah, he's in here. Yeah. He says all the 112s are pretty great. I just killed one last week.
Yep.
Pretty fabulous. Wow.
Oh,
I did a blind tasting with several YouTube channels last year, and
nice.
Rob Whiskey in the Six nailed a 112 blind. He said that tastes like a Loch Lomond. They're like, oh,
That's impressive.
you're not wrong.
that's pretty awesome. Okay, so I'm looking at what, 2 more numbers that are growing in size, and then we have what, batch 10 and HWDR,
Plus all those other peated ones.
right?
So-
And then five peated.
Yeah, 113.4. The next one, Scott.
Yeah, just going down your list. Oh, that's a Braze of Glenlivet Distillery.
Ooh.
Yeah, we've had some really good casks. Now, and even me, the only other cask I'd had from this distillery was an independent bottling.
Yeah,
Alexander Murray did one.
Yeah, that's the one I've got.
Might be the same one. Yeah.
I think it's the only one I've ever seen is that Alexander Murray one. It's my second time I've ever tried this.
That's the one up in Minnesota there.
So for those watching that don't know, Glenlivet is actually a region in Speyside. And there used to be several distilleries in there. Of course, the Glenlivet is the most well-known one. And then even, I don't know if they started before them or when, but the Braze, Braes, the Braze of Glenlivet was a separate distillery. It was just on the river or on the water, Glenlivet in that region.
Okay, very cool.
So, yeah, it's not Glenlivet Distillery.
Interesting.
I knew it was a separate one that was near them that was supposed to be really hard. Most of it goes into blends. I know this one. So it's really hard to find anything from them. Sadly, no, Spencer. He's not. Are you going to be there, Spencer? I can bring you a sample of something of these bigger ones I've got bottles of.
I just turned around and I had a 12-year-old 113 sitting right there. Juice and vanilla. What was your flavor profile? Was it juice? Was it? Oh no, you're in
Young and Sprightly.
You're in Young and Sprightly with an 8-year-old. So I've got juicy oak and vanilla with a 12-year-old here.
Okay.
Yeah, they call this one a sheep in wolf's clothing.
Ooh, it's a foot name.
Yours was aged in a second fill ex bourbon barrel. Mine was a first fill ex bourbon barrel. So probably a little.
I was not expecting all that spice on the palate.
I'm getting
I understand the name. Did you say the name of it was Sheep in Wolf's Clothing?
Ooh.
Yes.
That's chili, big time. Chili
it's so aptly named. The nose is just bright and almost
white. You don't get any of that on there. That's wild.
And then all this like pepper spice. It's almost capsaicin spicy.
Yeah.
Shows up on the palate, and it's just not there at all on the nose.
I didn't clean up that much. Basically, Eric got here, and I threw some shit off some chairs, and Eric moved some stuff. So yeah, that's how much I spent time cleaning, Chris. I was not good at it at all today, because Eric's like, he's like, oh, can I come over? It's the Scotch Whisky tonight. I really want to come over for that. So I was like, all right.
Whiskey.
So he's like, it's like Flaming Young. You got some extra. Someone needs to eat that.
Right.
Yeah. So you flew DFW today, Chris? Yeah, you were here for an hour and a half. Boo. Yeah, I knew you couldn't come stop by this year, unfortunately. Well, hopefully next year. It's all good.
Well, I mean, man.
Oh, it's out right now, Eric. We'll be
soon. You're going to be able to set up like what a 3-hour, 4-hour layover at DFW, and you can come see the castle.
That's right. We purposely set it where it is because it is
uber friendly.
Literally like 2 or 3 exits from the airport, so you can get there very quickly and do a whiskey tasting and go back on your next flight.
Right.
By the way, DFW and American Airlines is terrible.
Yes, you are correct.
It is the worst hub.
Well, fly Delta and quit your bitching.
Yeah.
That's not any better if you go to Atlanta.
Yeah, don't go to you're in DFW. You're fine.
The problem is you go to any hub, they all suck. You go to O'Hare or you go to Minneapolis, they're all horrible and huge.
Add some water to this one and tell me you don't get tobacco.
Yeah.
I would
like rich tobacco notes.
Chris and Lil want to tell William they miss him. That hopefully they'll see him later.
Heard.
Oh, good. You'll be there, Spencer? All right. I will put something together for you. Spencer's been here, what? Was it 2-3 years ago, Spencer, you came by? Something like that.
If Eric Evenson hangs in there for a little while, he's the one that sent me the sample of the Smoky Maritime Hit. This is the only sample that we have matched up here tonight. So
nice.
Oh, ooh.
Oh, that's really freaking good. I really like that a lot.
Yeah, it does get rich, like cigar wrapper.
Yeah, good old tobacco. Yep.
Yeah. That's delicious with and without water.
Well, you're right, Steve. O'Hare is much worse than MSP in Atlanta, for sure. There's no doubt. At least, thank God, MSP has freaking people walkers, unlike O'Hare, which is a complete shit show. Worst airport in the fucking country. It's by far.
Butch O'Hare's
I hate O'Hare. Thank God we got to Minneapolis this year and not through O'Hare. So much better.
Hey, Scott.
There could be. I know we had free shipping with the Ardena Merkins that we had, and I think we may have it with batch 20 as well, the blended malt that we just released.
Oh yeah, that's right too. That's right, Spencer. I forgot. So good. That's right, because you came, I think, the first time by yourself, Spencer, and then again came with your wife the second time. That's right. We're reliving Lil's reaction to Scotch and Mirage liquor. That was a fun time. Yeah, the very first time. So when he brought Lil, it was picking signatories for the store that day. So we had to pick Chris and Lil, and here they are. We're there about 10 in the morning picking out all cask strength signatories for the first time, and I think that's the most Scotch we'll ever drink in her life. So it was hilarious. So, she actually likes one, which was shocking. So we considered that a win.
My next number is 12234.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Which one?
Southern Highland.
122.34.
Ah, okay. All right.
Young and sprightly. Railway track to a log cabin.
Ooh.
Another Loch Lomond, Croftingia.
Really?
Ooh.
Yep.
I think I'm just going to put all of these into a sample bottle.
I think that's a good idea. I think we should just make a blend.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do with these.
I don't know if, there's probably not enough to do fair reviews on them, but it'll be fun to.
I don't think my samples are fair reviews of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's fair. I don't want anything tainted to review that's not fair. Now, the ones that are in glass, we'll review those for sure.
Yeah, and that makes sense, but I'm thinking that this is going to just. I'm thinking we're going to have to dump these. Unfortunately,
I turn around and I've got a 7-year-old 122.38, but it's this one's hit the next flavor profile up. Instead of young and sprightly, it's spicy and sweet. This one's a second fill ex bourbon barrel.
Yeah.
The one
Chris.
you all are tasting is a second fill ex bourbon barrel. Oh, same second fill ex bourbon barrels. Both 7 years old, but one hits spicy and sweet, one hits young and sprightly.
Interesting. I wonder how similar they really are with those completely different names.
Yeah.
Wow, Donald. It's okay. So apparently,
Who knows?
Toronto's worse than O'Hare. 18 years considered on time. Well, that's lovely. Chris, well, have a good sleep and enjoy Kentucky. Sounds good. Always enjoy your calls, Chris. That's always a good time. Hey, William, see you.
Oh.
It's like a chimney.
Oh no, I like the palate on that one.
Yeah.
It's smoky, but not peaty.
I was gonna say, are we getting into some peat notes here? I mean, I'm getting
Like
smoke.
Prius
I'm not
stuff.
getting-
Like,
Yeah.
The Croftingia is a lightly peated.
Okay. Yeah. That's
distillate.
really nice. I like it a lot.
I'm enjoying the hell out of that.
I don't know. I've heard of that one, but I've never gotten a hold of the Crofts before.
Wow.
Very cool.
Been a while since I've had mine, but it's for a 7-year-old, very surprising
That's
palate.
delicious.
For real, Scott, this is
Yeah.
like incredible. I mean, you said this was in the lively category. It is very lively.
Young and
Yeah.
sprightly.
Being a peated whiskey, it is bright and shiny
like it.
and yet somehow smoky.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like-
young and sprightly.
Yeah,
On yours.
perfect. It's a perfect name for it.
we used to have a wood-burning Franklin stove, and each spring I had to go clean out with my dad, kind of clean out the creosote that would accumulate in the top of the vent up there. That's exactly what that tastes like to me, is old creosote.
Yep.
That is freaking delicious. Ooh,
Mm.
I like that a lot.
Mm,
Oh, that's tasty.
yeah.
That's damn good.
Man, that is memories right there.
Ooh, that is good. Ugh.
Good memories.
Damn.
Thanks, William. Says any channel that uses bacon as a background.
Bacon is the best thing you can eat with whiskey.
Wow. That's very nice. Surprise. It's been a while since I've had
How much bacon should I bring to the Bastard's Ball this year?
Only for people who know. They have to ask.
So should I bring less? Can I bring like 5 pounds instead of 15?
Sure. You do whatever you want, bud. You're the one who's got to make all that shit.
I brought 15 pounds of bacon last year.
I think you brought a ton. Although bacon prices are out of control now. You should probably bring less.
Should I charge people $1 for pocket bacon or something?
It's a good idea. We're taking a collection.
The cost of bacon is out of control. Just bring 14 pounds this year, Will.
There you go.
Instead of 15.
God, I don't want to miss out on my fucking bacon. You better bring enough.
Sadly, I have not had his bacon in a long time. My triglyceride level said no.
Yeah, I don't agree with your doctor. I think that your doctor is crazy.
I'd rather not die. Sorry.
I know I don't have a PhD or anything, but bacon's good for you.
Bacon's good for you.
Builds character.
That it does. It does taste delicious, though. So we go to the G10 or go back to these peated ones, Scott?
We can roll on to the G10 if you want. I don't have a G10 that's going to be that's deep, rich, and dried fruits.
Yeah,
you're looking at
0.32.
A second fill, heavily toasted, medium charred hogshead on that one. G10. That's it. So that's going to be a single grain whiskey.
Ooh, fun.
A Strathclyde.
Oh, interesting. So the tin is not going to still coincide with the same tin,
right?
Because this is a grain whiskey.
Yeah.
Different list for the G's.
I've had a couple of these over at Chris's house.
This is a low one.
Yeah.
Matt, you want to bang a gong?
I will do it. I will get the sword and shield. We must have. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Not a deep, rich,
Rashid Black.
Oh, go ahead and start. Well,
appreciate it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Oh, I only was caught a couple of times prior over at Chris's house. So William, this was our buddy Jeremy Burns. He at the Bachelor's Ball career said we need to try a Scotch Malt Whisky Society, so he dropped 19 samples off, and then I also have 4 bottles that people have donated to us as well. So that's why we have so many sample bottles. A lot of times it's full size bottles that are that many up on the bar. So watch lots of records from old episodes, or keep watching every week. There'll be lots of crazy shit that goes on here.
This one is 15 years old and 62%.
Well, I mean, we've definitely moved into maybe wheat, maybe rye.
I got a lot of wheat,
grain, possibly
but also get the corn.
Yeah. To me, it smells mostly wheat.
15.
15, okay. So it's pretty decent age for a grain then.
Second fill, hogshead, heavy toast, medium char.
Okay.
We have been known to go through 40 samples in a 2-hour
stream. This is a small stream. This is only half.
This is nothing.
It's getting started.
Yeah, we've done up to 40 on a stream before.
We are on what, number 1?
Oh, bourbon! It will definitely. That's why that's what will happen to you. You will go, and then you'll have many of them living at your house. They will breed like rabbits. That's what happens when you join their society. That's why Scott's Well looks like what it does. He bought one and somehow it kept breeding. He doesn't know what's going on.
I assume no liability.
That's right. our livers are very mature.
What happened?
They're very
the liver is evil and must be punished.
Taken care of.
My living philosophy is the liver is evil and must be punished.
Exactly. Plus, you can't take it with you, so you only need one. What's the difference? And it regenerates. It's a really cool organ.
It is the coolest organ.
Oh, yeah. Water's always fun to add to it, Eric, for sure.
I've been doing my due diligence.
He's got 50. He has no idea how it happened. It's easy. Plus, it really helps when you have friends like these that coax you to buying more things. Like I said, the people tell us, I really enjoy your channel. What your wallet does not enjoy me at all.
No.
It's like, I'm not good for your wallet. I will
Matt, you destroyed my wallet, man. This was not good meeting you as far as my wallet goes. But God, everything else has been epic. So
yeah,
So the wallet comes up. It's fine.
The can't take the money with you either.
Nope.
The closest I have is G515, which is Invergordon, but it's a 33-year-old from an second fill ex-wine brewery.
Well, that'll work.
I just poured a little taste of this one.
Because that sounds awesome. Wow, 33, very nice.
And you guys have mastered like the bottles as far as when you do get into the older age statements. I love how the bottle, the label changes a little bit. It gets a little darker.
Yeah,
you emphasize it with gold instead of white.
Ooh, right. Yeah.
Things change as the age statement gets older, and it just it looks like it should be in older whiskey.
Ooh. Yeah, the black labels basically. Yeah.
I think that the Scotch Malt Whisky Society has done a great job with their labels and with their branding. It looks really fantastic.
Absolutely. Yeah. I do love Bourbon's comment. It's a valid point. Solid choice.
This is one we had earlier this year. This one was for our 40th anniversary, and they went back to the original label design 40 years ago.
I like that. That's very cool.
And that was a Bunnahaven, 10-year-old Bunnahaven.
Oh, see, that's a great label too.
I think it was Oloroso sherry cask.
Very cool.
God, I love that label too.
Yeah, magnificent.
27-year canvas.
Uncheated.
If you add water to that one, I get like a little bit almost like roasted chestnuts.
Ooh. I did like. Not. I forgot.
A lot. That's the best thing about New York City. It's roasted chestnut pretzels.
That was a 14-year-old, Jason. You're right. Not 10.
Ooh, that was good. All right, so we've got that one called Batch 10. Is that peated?
Batch 10.
So that was a blended
malt.
Blended malt.
All right, we'll do that one next, Jim. Let's do that. Blended malt.
Yep, caramels.
So what's this a blend of?
Let me see what I can find on it.
Oloroso and Pedro Jimenez, 10 years old, 50%.
They didn't tell us, or we don't know how many different distilleries. We're not like Johnny Walker, where there's 40.
Right.
Generally 2, maybe 3 distilleries.
Speyside and
just Speyside and Highlands, Oloroso and Pedro Jimenez. Now we just released batch 20, which is another blended malt. Now up until batch 20, we brought them down to 50% ABV. Why? I don't know. I'm not that high up in the pay scale.
Probably to get more bottles out.
But
it's valid.
Better out there.
I mean, everything else we do is cask strength. So I don't know why they did this until batch 20. Batch 20 is cask strength. That's 56 or 58%, which is a blended malt and matured in rum barrels.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you said this is a blended malt?
Yeah, blended malt.
Okay. So under the legal category, this is 100% malted barley whiskeys that have just been blended from multiple distilleries.
Yes. Yep. Okay. Yep. And matured in Oloroso and Pedro Jimenez sherry casks.
Nice.
Coopered from both Spanish and American oak. This is off of your webpage here, but it was pulled from our website.
Yeah, so, obviously.
It smells glorious.
So Bourbon wants to know what does a 33-year-old Scotch whisky go for approximately?
So I mean that's a grain whiskey. That was and they're really our grain whiskeys are real reasonable. 33-year-old, that one was probably $275, maybe $300, something like that.
Works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you just want you know.
Depending on the distillery, if it's a single malt, like a 30-year-old Macallan is going to be $3,000.
Right.
We've got a 30-year-old, I believe, Mortlock on the website now. That's $1,200. Sometimes they've been approaching that $1,000 mark, just depending on what distillery they're from.
Sure.
Last year though, we had some the Kalilas were around $1,000 for a 30-year-old as well. So, but you're talking single cask strength whiskeys. I'm
like, that's really not that bad a price, to be honest.
I know, yeah. I mean, go into any liquor store and find a 30-year-old. It's going to be 43%, 45%.
Yeah, and it's going to be several $1,000s more,
or 40% most likely. Are you kidding me?
Exactly. Yeah.
So you go back to my grandfather proud. Absolutely go back to your roots and drink scotch. Hey Joshua, good to see you. My God, all you're doing is a sample bottle tonight. Also, scotch is amazing. Yes, it is.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Don't worry, Bourbon. When I get your little box put together here in the next few weeks, there'll be some fun shit in there for you.
I do a lot of streams where people see that behind me, and then I'll reach around and I grab something, and then they're like, "Oh my God, I thought that was like a photo."
Just a background.
That's awesome.
And they're like, "It's a real wall." Like,
Yeah.
Holy shit! It's really whiskey.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just, I don't know. Again, it could just be the plastic. This batch 10 is not really, it's not hitting like the other ones have. It's fine. It's pleasant. It's lovely. It's just not. And I wonder if that's the 50%. I wonder if that's because we dropped such a massive amount.
You went from doing 60
most, that all of a sudden my palate's just like, man, it's good.
Different.
It's fine. It's
right.
It's a lovely whiskey, but I don't really have anything.
Speed was never promised for them. Everyone knows speed's not great, but when you get a box from me, it's a fucking great box. Scott's gotten several of them from me. He knows they're good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and what's great is I'm the lucky one that gets a box every freaking week. I can't believe it.
Yeah, Will has box after box after box of great shit.
I cannot believe
I drink terrible things for my own amusement, like Eggo waffle liqueurs because I thought it was hilarious.
Listen, dude. You supply me with the most glorious whiskeys on the planet. I will drink whatever the fuck you ask me to, sir.
It works out
you want me to drink Eggo bullshit? I will drink Eggo bullshit.
You did. It was very entertaining for me. And our fans also thoroughly enjoyed it, so it worked out perfect. Yeah, I like pay for whiskey that was cash before it was even legal to drink. Exactly. That's perfect.
I would skip that one.
Tar Pit. That sounds like that's got to be heavily peated.
That'd be the last.
Peated, yeah.
Okay, so RW32, what is that?
Rye whiskey, third distillery that we bought rye whiskey from, and the second cask from them, RW3, is New York Distilling.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. I don't know New York Distilling.
New York.
That's.
We're not talking Hudson. We're just talking New York Distilling.
That's the name. Yeah, New York Distillery, New York Distilling.
Matt, do we know anything about this place?
I've got lots of stuff from New York. But I don't know what it's called. Just simply New York Distilling.
I'm saying I've tried Hudson. I've tried a couple of different things from New York. I don't know that I've tried one called New York Distilling.
Tried Kings County. Just New York Distilling.
Kings County is the one I was thinking of.
New York Distilling.
Brooklyn.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm stumped on that one.
So this is a rye.
Yeah, it's a bourbon is always yes. I have no problem taking open things. I take open things all the time.
It's not.
Scott, I'd just like to say thank you very much for, if nothing else, helping me understand the labels for the Scotch Malt Whisky Society. This has been incredibly informative as far as just looking at the labels and being able to kind of discern what it could possibly be.
Sure. Good.
Huh.
So, and these have all been really, really lovely. I really hate that I was giving them all in plastic.
Okay.
Because they all have this little little phenolic tinge to them, but they're all still really good. And they're different. They're not the same at all, but it just tastes like they could all be from the same distillery.
Ragtime rye and crap like that. Okay.
The one that Nicole Austin.
Oh no, that smells rye though. That is dilly rye.
Yeah.
Kings County.
Yeah.
It's got to be Kings County.
Mr. Katz and Ragtime Rye for whiskey. Okay. Huh. I'll have to go look at their labels later after this.
This one is a 72% rye, 16 corn, 12% barley rye in a new charred oak barrel, of course, and then for 3 years, and then matured in an Applejack barrel. That's where the apple notes are coming from.
Yeah, it does.
The Applejack brandy. Yeah. Okay.
Applejack.
Well, this is a dilly rye. Like I would
it's
call this
interesting. I like it. It's very different though.
Dilly.
Oh, I would have called this Kentucky rye 10 times out of 10.
I would not guess this from New York. There's a lot of, and I've had a lot of.
No dill.
Most New York stuff I've had has a pretty constant thing. This doesn't taste like other New York stuff I've had. That's interesting. I wonder if they got their actual rye from New York, if it came from some other state. It doesn't taste like New York rye. New York rye is a very specific taste. It doesn't taste like it was grown in New York. I'm very interested where they're sourcing that rye from.
This is much more Kentucky.
I mean, it could be like North Dakota or something. It doesn't taste. It's not a New York grown rye. I'd be shocked if it was. Yeah, I don't care if it's been open for 20 to 40 years. I got plenty of shit that's been open for 20 to 40 years here. Tastes just fine, except for that military special from the first trip to liquor store. That shit still tastes like shit.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the bottle's problem.
No, it's because it tastes like shit. It's. I'll make you review it someday. Like one of the last things we ever review will be military special dark rum from 2001 that I bought on my very first trip to the liquor store. Ooh, legally.
You still have an item that you bought from your very first
trip to liquor store legally ever.
Wow.
There are plenty of things that were bought prior when I was with my father.
That's dedication. I can tell you that much.
Hell yeah.
I'm telling you.
Having that.
I don't have things I bought last year.
I had a bottle of military special scotch that I bought also for that same trip. It took me 12 years to finish because it was so bad. It was 3-year-old, just rot gut scotch that was just awful. I finally made myself drink half of it in a week just to get rid of it. It was so gross. Ooh, I do love me some Czech liqueurs. Fuck yeah. Being a good bohemian, I should love that stuff.
Well, that is very rye.
What? Here's Indiana. We think.
And I am ready to move on.
Is that what you're getting? Oh, Michigan apples are delicious. They make a good one in Traverse City. All right, let's get some peat on.
I was going to say that I only. Well, no, hang on. I got 7 more here. I got an HWDR Scotch.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, that's a High West. I saw that. That's not one of ours.
Yeah. Don't do those ones. I forgot about those. There's 2 High West and a Whitmeyer's. You don't need those. I forgot to also pour you samples of these other 4. Will, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I can jump off as soon as we're done with this because I need to start editing anyway.
All right, so go to Smoky Maritime Hit Distillery 10 rare release.
All right.
So I got 6 more, Matt.
Yeah, you got 6 more. Let's see.
Oh, you're moving on to something I don't have.
What's the number on it?
Hold on just a second. Just Distillery 10 small batch release.
Oh, okay, this one. Distillery 10. Okay.
Yep.
So 1021.
Maritime Hit.
Because that's Bourbon Nevis. Oh my God.
Am I on 10-213?
Fine.
No, just Distillery 10 rare release or small batch release.
Oh, 10 S batch.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
Heard.
It says drink me. I'm peated.
This is in our heavily peated profile.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious when I unscrewed that one.
Yeah. Second fill Pedro Jimenez and recharred hogsheads. This was a small batch. So this one was several casks from Boonhaven that were combined. So not a single cask, but no water added, 59.6% ABV.
Smells awesome.
Whoa, that's fun and peaty.
Oh, Jason, nothing made it your first night liquor store. Well, I've shopped by the cart in my first liquor store trip there, Jason Coates. I bought the bottom shelf of every type of liquor you could get. That's why I came home with Old Crow because it was cheaper than military special bourbon. It was fucking awful. I had that for many years. My mother finished it with some Coke. Thank God.
Eric had sent me that sample a while back, and I just opened it, cracked it, and just took a little sip of it to see what it was like. But yeah, that is
wow, that's smoky.
Yeah, William, share exactly. Drink half, share half. Solid choice. Yeah, 10S, Steve.
Whoa.
Yeah, the wave of peat when I pulled the cork out of this bottle. That's how I felt when I unscrewed it there, Steve. It's fabulous.
That is oily,
briny, sweet.
Woo. Tar.
That one though, the Pedro Jimenez is really lighter in that one. I mean, we've got some.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean that's a lighter to
Yeah, there's a little bit of red fruit playing around in there, but
that peat's really beating it down though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just barely there, but yeah. Oh, well, at least you bought a good beer there, Jason Coates. Newcastle, at least that's acceptable. At least you didn't buy something like some shitty like Pearl Light or something.
Adding a drop of water, Eric.
You don't have a water dropper, Matt?
I do, but I'm lazy. It's over there.
I got like 6 of them here, man. I can donate one.
Matt's he's over there pouring it, doing the old water into the. Which I mean, it's a great.
At least he's using the cap so that he's getting real drops and not.
Oh, I have one. I have several. They're in a drawer over there. I'm just fucking lazy. I'm like, yeah, it's whiskey. It's fine.
First purchase was Boone's Farm wine too.
Ooh, a pack of Marlboro Lights for a $5, and I exchanged for my girlfriend at the time. Was ecstatic. That's awesome. I love it. That's a great story.
I don't think I was 21 yet, but my first illegal purchase was Boone's Farm.
I never really had to make it. I just went with my friends and with my dad. He was about the fuck we wanted. It was great. He supplied our entire high school parties. It was awesome. We started drinking like heavily at 15. Like we started at 5, like really drinking, but 15 was like we were well on the course of corrupting the entire neighborhood. It was fabulous. I remember our freshman year high school Labor Day party. It was fucking awesome. About 40 underage kids drinking. It was a good time. Rule was you couldn't leave. That was the only rule. Seemed like a good rule.
That's peaty, smoky, and delicious.
That's a good one. That's a good one right there.
17.
That's a hitter.
Yeah, I'm sure he's so disappointed in us, Jason.
I don't remember my first legal purchase or illegal purchase either one. I'm sure it was a bunch of beer.
What's the first thing you do remember purchasing that in general, Scott?
What's that?
What's the first thing you do remember purchasing, even if it wasn't your first one?
Well, in college, I remember illegally purchasing Milwaukee's Best Light.
Oh, that's painful.
It was $6.60 a case.
Oh my God!
$3 $3.30 12. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why
in the chat, everybody throw in your first purchase.
Oh my gosh,
I'd love to see everybody else's as well. Yeah, mine was definitely Boone's Farm. Matt, we heard yours. Eric, what do you got, man?
Michelob. The what was it called? For the winners or something like that? Michelob beer.
Nice.
Stolen from the bowling alley I used to work at.
I remember the Boone's Farm was like $4 for the bottle. Maybe it was like $3.50. Like it was so cheap.
God.
For Snow Creek Berry Boone's Farm. I don't even remember which type it was. It was
10.2.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are moving on to 10.213, which is
Yes.
Bunnahoven Distillery 10 and the 213th cask that we bought. Another heavily peated. Yours is a 7-year-old. I don't have that one.
Okay.
But you also have a secondary maturation. You got a second fill Oloroso butt on that one.
Ooh.
Wow.
I really don't have anything that young, heavily peated Oloroso.
Man, you started out good, Jason Coates. Flat Tire and Anchorstein. Man, you started out well. The first thing we bought illegal was probably Heineken. I think you were doing better than me. And Heineken wasn't a bad thing. A liter of Jameson for $29. Good choice there, Donald.
Oh.
See, though, I'm
rocking Bud Ice.
I'm-
Doobie-doobie-doo.
I was gonna say, I think I'm older than you guys though too, so I was probably buying even illegally before y'all.
Shit.
It's possible. I'm only 40.
I said
I'm the youngest.
Michelob and got complete silence, so you know I'm old.
I was like, I think a Michelob. Probably people do Michelob Ultra. Like there's Michelob, which is a regular Michelob, which I like.
This is regular Michelob.
Yes, I like regular
I don't know
Michelob.
what regular
Michelob Ultra
Michelob.
sucks because this tastes like water. I like regular Michelob. It's fine.
All right, I've got a 9-year-old. This one we just released a while back down at the Harbor 10.232. 9-year-old Bunnahoven second fill toasted hogshead.
Nice.
A little bit of maybe a sherry on this one.
Ooh.
Light color.
Yeah, that happens if you drink the whole bottle. That's not fun.
That's what I'm going to be buying from here.
Commercial hit me good. The Penguins. That's funny. Drinking Granddad's moonshine well before that was so. Oh yeah, exactly. Acclimated well. You're back.
Yeah.
You're back for else. Boulevard Wheat. Damn, Jason, you really did do a hell of a job. Not me. Not me, but a friend went to Puerto Rico at 16 for baseball. He drank an entire bottle of JD, and his dad found him wandering around there, drunk out of his mind. Yeah, that would do it. Like he did have his stomach pumped at that point.
Yeah.
Granted, we did go to the Dominican for all you could drink at that time because my parents would get us the passes. They didn't care. It was great. And they'd serve you all that rot gut hooch that was all you could drink there, which of course is shared with all the other younger people that were not drinking to help them out because that's what a smart 16-year-old does.
Yep.
Orders many drinks to pass on to his new friends that are all between 12 and 16 years old. It's great times.
An industrious person.
And we drank an ungodly amount of alcohol. Somehow we all survived.
It's gonna be fun.
No, it looks fun. Based on the color.
Oh, that's delicious.
Oh, that's got a nice fruity back on it. It's got the peat up front and that.
Yeah.
Like a fruity, like a fruit chew with some peanuts. Interesting.
Yeah. And the peat's a fun little smoky, tarry kind of peat too. It's lovely.
Yeah, I like that. It's nice. All right, 16.53.
Confessions of a Barbecue.
Oh, that sounds like something Brian would need.
This is a Southern Highland for Father's Day 2021. This is an 11-year-old Richard Hogshead and 61.1.
That's so Distillery 16 is Glen Turret.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I've got cask 16.56. I don't have 16.
Very close. Okay.
Yeah, but both heavily peated. Mine's a 12-year-old.
So like that.
That's
So,
the
yeah,
that's the
so
one with the
good.
Gaelic name. Glen Turret with the Gaelic name, which I can't think of.
That's all I know it by.
He got a hold of some independent baller one that was magnificent.
Yeah, 80 Rat Ray out in California, and it was phenomenal. It still is phenomenal.
We'll be right back.
Okay. Wish I finished whiskey back then. Oh yeah, some PX or sherry for sure. I bought Jameson because at 17 I was already full of piss and vinegar. That's right, Tom. I mean, we also had a case of Schaefer's and occasionally a 40s of Mad Dog 2020 and Night Train. Oh Lord, Jason.
Train, Thunderbird.
Bring on the Pete. Absolutely, William. Pete is glorious.
Ooh. I'll tell you what, going side by side, this one got a little bit more punch than that last one did.
Yeah, sure. It has a lot more. Yeah. That's nice.
Even that heavily peated Bunnahaven before into this one. This one's
Beautiful.
a little bit more kick to it, a little bit more peat on the palate.
That's it. Yeah, that's it, Jason Coates. The Root of Moor.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah, too many fucking Gaelic entry. Absolutely. Hey, Greg. Oh, good to see you there. When me and my friends started, we used to steal from our dad's liquor cabinet. Hint, there's a point at which you can no longer add water to a bottle to replace the liquor. This is true. See, that's why it was great to be with my parents. They didn't care. They just said, drink, just tell us if you're drinking or not. And we just bought more bottles. We had to replace it with water. It was fabulous. It's much easier that way. I tell my kids, you want a drink, to tell me. I'll give you a freaking drink. So the greatest thing about Texas is your parents let you drink. It's fabulous. It's the law.
Yeah, I've had the same thing with my son. Like he's
Like,
only 9.
You
But if
can
he wants
live
to
in a
try something, he
giant
can try
bar
something.
and not drink. But you want to try something here, you can try what the fuck you want. Most of them are like, oh, it's horrible. And they run away, which is fine. So it works out perfect.
Right.
But then
Right, but
sometimes
I don't want him to be scared. I don't want him to be. I don't want him to. And
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
want him to
want
go
them
crazy
to their
the first time
first
he
drink,
does it.
Yeah.
with a bunch of idiots and something horrible happening. This way, it's like, you want to have a drink? Have a drink. You'll be fine.
Right.
Dad. Turned out okay.
So my grandfather made us drink. It wasn't fucking optional. It was not a choice. It's like, you're going to drink and you're going to like it. And
Donald
all
had-
of all 11 grandchildren, no one's an alcoholic. So we consider that a success. We also like to drink a lot, so it works out well. And I'm excited for the first time at Thanksgiving this year. All my cousins will be in town for the very first time in like 30 years, so it's going to be awesome.
We had one 16.61 that was named
Like, we'll make him.
under the Rudar.
Oh, nice, Very cool.
That's it.
Yep.
Exactly, Steve. Exactly. Don't.
Yeah, that's
demonize
what I was putting up
it.
ahead of time. Don't demonize it or make it taboo. Introduce it to them at home. In a controlled circumstances, you'll be fine. Agreed completely. That's how it was introduced to me.
Yep.
And
exactly. Yeah, it's
I
like
think
my parents
that's
can
the best
drink
way to do it.
there. They can't leave. Their keys are given to my parents, and they can't leave. That was the simple rule. Exactly. Same rule. You come in, you drop your keys, and you're here for the night. Period. You hear the rules, and you get to come in, and you come back. You try to leave, unless my parents are taking your ass home. It's not happening. God, I remember one night we took home our buddy Josh. We were sober. He was not. My mom drove his car, and he had this really nice 6 Series BMW we drove him home in. His dad was freaking pissed. Like, literally, Josh lived 2 blocks from me. I don't know why his dad was so mad at him. I mean, he was like 19, but he was like, so? He was 2 blocks away and he wasn't driving. We don't understand still to this day why he was mad.
We're helping.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as long as you got yourself taken care of.
We did it the right way. My mom put his car home. It was fine.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
All right, I got 3 more, and then I'm going to step off so I can start editing.
I grabbed my grandpa's vodka gimlet. Ooh, I think it was a Sprite. Oh, that's a rough one, Jason. If you've got a vodka gimlet. Ooh.
Oh,
Not a
see.
fan of that one.
Yeah, Matt, there was an issue with mine. Check out the cap for that one.
Ew, that's not great.
Yeah, so I definitely had some evaporation happen within the bottles there. So that's all right.
What's up next?
All right, 55.367.
53.
53.
53. Sorry, 53.
So that's Kalila. Probably we're up to, we just released cast number 454 from Kalila.
Damn.
Wow.
So yeah, and we get just some phenomenal casks.
I
Y'all
do
are
love
sourcing the hell out of Kalila.
Yeah. So this was one of our festival, the Isla Festival releases 2021, 10-year-old refill hogshead. Let me see what I have close by.
Hello, Clifton.
Hey.
Always good to see you, bud.
Yeah, check out Clifton's channel, Bourbon Bites. Another fabulous long-time YouTuber here for Whiskey 2.
What up, Clifton?
I hope you're Cliffy right now, man. I hope you're with a nice little buzz like I am. We've gone through, almost 20 whiskeys.
Good times. Good times.
I'll show you one we got right now on the website. This is from our annual celebration, our gathering. This is 53.5454, the one I was just talking about.
Very cool.
Friends and a Fall Bonfire on a Pacific Beach is the name of it. An 11-year-old Kalila.
That's an awesome name. Love it.
58.5% ABV.
We come with these bottles, thankfully, William, from amazing fans that give us really cool shit. All these came from a buddy named Jeremy Burns, who said, you need this in your life. You need to try as many Scotch Malt as possible, and handed me a box of 19. So
And then he handed me that same box.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
With another of the same, like, I cannot believe our fans. I cannot believe the people that do these wonderful things for us and allow us to taste these things. It really is amazing. Scott, with only a couple of whiskeys left to go, do you have anything that you want to shout out or plug for the Scotch Malt Whisky Society or your whiskey channel?
Well, that's what I was going to say. With the Scotch, really the only thing right now through the end of September with the Scotch Malt Whisky Society, join. It costs $99 to join for the first year. And then we've got a promotion going right now. We'll send you a $100 gift card to use on your first purchase. So really the membership becomes a wash. So, yeah. And free shipping. If you order 3 bottles, we've got free shipping. If you order the new batch 20 release, there's free shipping. And we've got 2 Ardent American releases, Distillery 29. Those ship free as well. So
nice. Man, they got to do it early if they're giving you guys cash already. Awesome. That's damn near a brand new distillery. That's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Clifton Bourbon Bites is saying he used to didn't like Kalila, and then he tried some independent bottlings of it and fell in love. Yeah, once you get into single cask Kalilas, yeah, they can be.
Kalila at 43% is nothing. It's Johnny Walker.
Yeah, yeah.
And honestly, they put out so much of the unpeated, and they do so great with peated malts. I just can't believe. True.
They are the workhorse of Isla, though. That is why
they absolutely are the workhorse of Isla.
Like they make the mass majority. It's like 90% of it is Cahuilla that goes out.
It's so
I
incredible.
like what Greg says. The only time my dad gave me a drink when I was underage was I helped him hang Christmas lights. 3 hours out in the fucking cold, hanging lights, and I got a shot of schnapps. Gee, thanks. Lucky you.
It's like Christmas vacation.
Yeah, Greg, that sucks. Oh, I mean, I guess it could be worse. But I mean, wow, that's funny as shit.
You know, I do too. After tasting, I mean, knowing the difference between Brook Lottie,
awesome.
knowing the difference between Brook Lottie and Port Charlotte, I love the fact that some distilleries do a peated and an unpeated version, and I would love to deep dive into like unpeated Kalila versus peated Kalila and just really go down that path. That'd be a lot of fun.
Totally agree.
Hey, Ben Demon Hunter. Oh, so good.
This smells delicious.
This is, I would probably say go with the tar pit first because this is lightly, this is lightly peated, so we may not be able to taste this.
Yeah, this one heavier.
Yeah.
I'll do this one first because otherwise it's gonna kill it. Plus, we got these other 4 bottles to do, which is a shame. We have to do these other 4 bottles. I'm sorry, Will. I felt really bad as a karate with the kids. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't pour those bottles for Will. Fuck.
It is truly all good. This has been plenty. I have filled almost a 375. This is my dump glass. My dump glass is a 375. It's a fifth of freaking, yeah. So,
all right. So what is 66.184?
This one is lightly peated, and it's called a Highland or an Eastern Highland smoked seaweed smoothie.
Ooh,
a
great name.
Yeah.
I mentioned it earlier, but what Highland Distillery core range generally?
It's Ardmore. Ardmore.
It's got to be Ardmore.
Yeah.
Yep, most of their whiskey is peated, if not all.
So, you know, the only Ardmore I ever will find that's not a independent bottler has been their like $27 Legacy, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I've never found anything else from them. I wish I could find more from them, but yeah, you're right. It is kind of funny that there's seaweed with Ardmore like directly in the middle of Scotland. They're nowhere near the water. Ooh, Octomore unpeated peated. That would be very cool.
Give away for the dump glass.
We get some great
I
cast.
tell you what, I can possibly bring this down to the Bastards Ball.
Yeah. I mean, we could give away some dump glass samples. I mean, I'm not opposed, or put them all together and make some really cool samples and send them out. I don't care.
But that being said, I'm also not opposed to just drinking this. So.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, you've got it. That was a second fill charred red wine barrique that yours is aged in.
13 years old too.
So that's where you get the seaweed, is really from the red wine hitting with the peat.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Jason was confused. He said seaweed from Ardmore.
Yeah, it's there.
The review is Duc l'Orange, or however the Frenchies say it.
Oh. We pronounce it in Texan. We don't know.
Duc l'Orange.
There you go. See, that's how you say it in Texan.
Oh, that's very sea salt. Very, very seaweed.
Yep.
That's very interesting.
Right, I gotta outdo you because I don't have that one that was aged in the red wine barrique, but I've got a 23-year-old Ardmore.
No fair.
Rough.
No fair.
Of course you
What's
do.
the ABV?
Of course you do.
Very nice.
This is absolutely delicious.
I take and this one is ex bourbon hogshead and then a second maturation in an ex Oloroso barrique.
Nice.
So your whiskey a little older.
What's the ABV on that
This
one?
is just that lightly peated. This is not that heavily peat. That
A little lighter, 47.8%. Yeah, 23 years. Yeah, nice color on it, though. I didn't pour
Then,
that.
Demon Hunter, you should definitely not sleep with Ardmore. You should buy Ardmore. Ardmore is very good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is, I would buy all of them. That'd be my simple solution to that. Just buy all of them.
The Cadenhead Ardmore. That's one.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Ardmore. I love Ardmore.
Again, independent bottling, that single cask distillery.
Yeah, it's
Ardmore is
really
one of them that's just
Cadenhead,
phenomenal whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the orange. Now I'm just hungry. There you go. Just having so many whiskeys. You should buy that one, Jason Cuts. I think you thought, hey, Whiskey Days, good to see you there.
Ooh.
All right, gents. I'm on to my last one, and then I'm going to step off so I can edit the video for tomorrow. Matt, what are we releasing tomorrow? Because obviously I still.
I'm guessing you haven't done it yet. Your choices are: do you guys want Isle of Skye 25 year, or do you want the best rye of all time, the Black Prince, which is the Whistle Pig 4 Boss Hog? Put in the comments which one you want for tomorrow. The other one's going on Thursday.
Black Prince or Isle of Skye?
Yes. Now, I think for Saturday, we should do the Sazerac. We'll save Hot Damn for the Bastards Ball release, just so everyone can enjoy Hot Damn on that Saturday.
Heard.
Because I'm a kind person.
I would vote for the Black Hog tomorrow, and
Black
then
Prince?
later the Black Prince, and then the 25-year Isle of Skye.
Maybe Thursday.
All right. Scott's
Yeah.
voted. Since no one else did, there we go.
Well, you got to give the chat time to respond.
I'm giving them shit. It's
Then
funny.
Demon Hunter says Isle of Skye.
Now, have you had any of the Isle of Skies yet at all, Scott?
Maybe several years ago, like a 10-year. Did they have a
Okay,
10-year?
the old stuff that they used to have like the 8 and the 12 like long time ago.
Might have been the 8.
Okay. Because
It
they
was-
put up the newer ones now. That's the 8 through the 30.
They're surprisingly good.
Shockingly good.
They are absolutely delicious, especially for the price points that they're asking
Yeah,
for their
that's right.
whiskeys. They are quite delicious.
We made it through all the whiskeys on your spreadsheet.
All those, and then we got these 4 after it.
The 4.
Well, and I have one called Tar Pit.
Yeah, that's what we're on.
Okay.
Oh.
That's for Tar Pit.
I thought you guys did that one earlier. Did you not?
No,
That-
we skipped Tar Pit.
Oh, okay. So that's one of our blended malts that we did.
Oh, nice.
I want to say that was probably like batch 8 or 9, but it was the first peated blended malt that we did.
Oh, very nice.
Nice.
Way too many whiskeys. That's how it works, but even Hunter. It's all good. Isle of Skye tried samples. There you go, Whiskey Days.
All right, so I'm doing Isle of Skye for tomorrow.
Apparently, that's what the people want.
That's what the people want. Heard. So we'll have an Isle of Skye episode out for you tomorrow, everybody.
And then the greatest rye of all time. So, Scott, you'll love this. So we took all the best ryes we could get a hold of, including the Black Prince, Booker's Rye, Saz 18, Thomas Handy, Kentucky Owl Batch 1, the Michter's, Fort Nelson.
Nice.
It was the greatest. And of course, Liquor Hound was over there. So it was a fabulous time. But yeah, Black Prince will end up winning for us.
Really? Even
Yep.
over Booker's, right?
It kicked Booker's ass. It wasn't even close. We thought it would do better. No, Booker's ended up coming like 4th.
Wow.
Booker's rye is the best rye I've ever had.
Black Prince. We thought Fort Nelson would end up beating it, but no, it ended up being the Black Prince. It was just so much more complex and complicated.
Huh.
It was
Interesting.
interesting. Yeah, it was cool because we put, like I said, put all the best together. And I thought the Booker's Rye would do like amazing. And I'm like, it was still really fucking good. But compared to the others, it's like, holy shit.
Huh.
So yeah, it's funny when you put them all together, like, oh, well, that's interesting. It's just
Yeah,
fun.
we didn't actually film that so much as we just did that.
Yeah. Yeah, the only part you guys get to see is the actual review of the Black Prince. That was a private gathering.
As soon as we have our place, a lot more of those style of videos will be available to the public. Right now,
Now,
we're
would
not
just be
filming
live stream.
those.
You guys can just kind of watch.
Right now, we're not filming those, but at some point, I'm hoping in the near very future, we will be filming that type of content.
Yeah, it'll be real rough. So
It'll be a sad day for us, but great content for you.
Tell us about the tar pit.
That's all I remember. That was the first peated blended batch or blended malt that we did. So
was it all
that's
peat that went into it, or was it peat and unpeated? Do you remember?
I think it's all peated.
All peated, okay. Just a lighter peated one.
Well, I only have though. You've got screen grabs up from the website.
Well, This is delicious.
I want to say because you had the other one was batch 10. I want to say Tar Pit was like batch 8 or batch 9.
Okay.
Right before.
This one is Tar Pit blended batch 11.
Oh, 11. Okay. So the other way.
So batch 10 and batch 11.
And that was several years ago. I mean, that was before. That was, I want to say, like 2018, maybe, on Tar Pit. That was about at least 5 years ago.
Well, I like your peated blend more than the non-peated. To me, it just has a little bit more character.
Yeah,
it's honestly just because I'm a peat lover. I can't.
True.
Probably not the fact. It's probably just my opinion because I'm a lover of peat. But
yeah,
these were all really, really fantastic. So I have a shirt that says "I like pig butts and I cannot lie." You can buy this, and actually, Cliff, if there's a time that we can get together, I'll buy it for you. But it's a local barbecue shop down the road from me, and I saw the shirt and I was like, oh, I have to have it. So, yeah, if you need it, Cliff, send me your size. I'll buy it. I'll buy you one, and next time we see each other, I'll have it for you. But
oh, that Lindor's is good there, Ben Demon Hunter. I like that new Lindor stuff. That's good stuff coming out of Scotland. You had the stuff yet, Scott? The Lindor's at all? Yeah, it's made in Abbey by some monks. It's fabulous. It's a new. It's like I think it's a lowland. That's really, really nice. I'm enjoying the new lowlands that have come out lately. They're fun. All right, so
I'm gonna have to turn it in, guys. Coming up on
same, Scott.
All right,
these guys are going for
all good.
I'm going to be turning it in too.
Well, thank you, Scott. Appreciate it. This is a fabulous evening.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Always a good time, and have a good time down there in Florida with your trip and all that stuff. I'm sure it'll be real rough.
Yep.
So.
All right, we'll see y'all. Appreciate it.
I'm good. See ya. All right.
Yep.
Cheers, Scott.
All right. Cheers.
Matt, my friend.
You're gonna hang out, or you're gonna go?
No, I'm gonna step off as well. I just want to let Scott have his moment. Cheers to you, my friend. Right. I'm going to get a video edited for tomorrow.
I appreciate that.
Isle of Skye, yeah.
Good choice. Isle of Skye 25 here, guys, so.
I will get that edited, and I'll have that up for you guys.
Hardship.
Yeah, it was real rough what I made a little drink yesterday. Real rough. He had a real rough day.
Oh, it was so rough.
Yeah,
cheers, Eric.
Hideous thing with Isle of Skye 12, so.
The pain, the horror.
All right, so let's see. So we got 4 left for you guys. So we've got Something to Mule Over, which is a 95.44. Trick or Treat, which is 138.3. Wish You Were Here, and which is 3.328. And Follow the Dark Trail, which is 78.44. So I think let's start out with the 138.3, which is Trick or Treat, which is actually Omar out of Taiwan. So this is a stilled in 2014 in Refill X bourbon, and this is one of 189. It says aromas of barbecued langoustines over a birchwood fire, notes of ashy marshmallows, and a visit to a Scottish fishing village. 58.9. So this beautiful bad boy here. This is donated by our buddy Bill Monty out of Oklahoma. Fabulous guy. He's now an ordained deacon. So thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.
Right on. My kind of deacon.
That's right. Some good Catholics here. He likes to also fund our whiskey purchases. It's good times. Man, we couldn't come here and not drink these tonight. That seems rude.
When in Rome, do as the Scots do.
Well, the only thing for you is, hey, Big Vic, good to see you. And check out Big Vic's channel, obviously. Is bourbon is you like higher proof stuff, and if you're used to drinking, 40 is not going to impress you. So I understand that. I find that drinking lots and lots of shit over the years leads me at least appreciate 40. I don't think it was bad at all, but you have to be able to drink 40 and appreciate it for what it is. The softer, gentler whiskeys that are out there. Whereas and punch you in the face that most of us like is very different. Ooh, it smells very nice. Yeah, it's the only thing I ever had from Omar. I was super excited that Bill found out I never had Omar. And he's like, I'm giving this bottle to your brother to give to you. I'm like, well, you're an awesome guy. And it's quite nice.
Oh. Wow. 58.9.
And only 5 years old.
Wow. But in Taiwan.
But in
which
Taiwan,
is,
which
like Texas.
Yeah, ages way faster there. If I still get into 43s, 40 struggle with the rose nosing whiskey. I understand. How much do they want for it there, bourbon? Here it's only 60 for that one. I don't know what it is there for you. Cheers to Scotch, origins of so much, what an art. Absolutely. I do love me some Cashmere. I'm willing to go down to 90s, but haven't had an 80 proof I liked in a while. Have you had any of the older Irish at all, Clifton? You might like, so it's like Bushmills 21 is 80 proof, and it's freaking spectacular. So if you haven't had that one, let me know. Yeah. That's right. Probably 45 for those non-Americans. That's hysterical. Oh, that's good.
It's like barbecue.
Yeah, that's really tasty. Yeah, I was very happy with this Omar bottle. Now, I would agree with you, Jason Coates, for sure. I think Irish is definitely better at 40 than a lot of Scotch. Especially the problem with most Scotch at 40 is most of it's not good. And it's usually the really bottom shelf stuff, and it sucks.
It's chill filtered, too.
Yeah, that's true. It's all chill filtered. It's not good. Really? Older Irish for the younger and higher proof. Interesting. Okay. I don't remember. I do remember I like the younger ones I've tried. Okay. Nice. No. It's each his own, Clifton. It's all good. Doesn't hurt my feelings. But it's something worth trying if you hadn't had a chance to try it. All right, let's do something to mull over. So this is 95.44, a large pot bubble with aromas of hot ginger, orange peel, and mulled spices. We added notes of Nymera sugar and dark berries. This is a from 2012 Speyside ex-bourbon hogshead second fill red wine barrique at 60.9.
Okay.
I think. Oh, can anybody look up what the 95.44? I want to say it's a Rarsik, something like that, but I'm not 100% sure that's the distillery. I think that's who it's from. I know this one was donated to us by Eric Evanson.
Not me.
Not this Eric. I know. We have way too many Erics on our channel. I know. Okay, it was $60. Okay. Well, if you want to wait, Bourbon, I'm happy to send you samples of those too. Personally, I think of all of them, I like the 21 the best, but I'd send you a sample. You can give it a whirl. If you want to buy them all or not. Holy shit. They picked a Linkwood 9-year and then they married it. Ooh, that sounds good. 3 has been more, 70 has been Nevis. What's 95, Jason? Oh, you're right. You got it. Never mind. Thank you. Yeah, I thought it sort of was. It was R sticker. How the hell you pronounce that one?
Yeah.
I can't pronounce it. I don't know. I don't speak Gaelic. I'm sorry.
It's Gaelic. Nobody can pronounce it.
Yeah. Ask Jamie Fraser. He can help you. I can't. Well, the answer is, of course, yes, Bourbon. I mean, why would we not want that? Sounds like great. If it's got Linkwood in it, the answer is, of course, yes.
Oh. I like that.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, mulled spices. That's like a wassail pot or something.
Othrusk. Good enough for Americans. There you go. I like it. Sounds about right, Jason Coates. That's how we pronounce things. Yeah, 9-year Linkwood married an ex-bourbon. That sounds pretty tasty. Can't say I'd go wrong with that. Wow. So, if anyone's new, these things will cost you lots of money, but you'll be really happy with your Scotch purchases. Oh, it's good. Yeah, that's the very first bottle we ever got. We got that from Eric. Oh, probably. It could have been a year or two ago. He sent me that one.
Orange ginger.
It's delicious. All right. Good to see you, Clifton. We'll see you soon. We should do a stream together soon. We haven't done one in a while. We'll have to get together and put one together. I think that'd be a good fun time. All right. Let's see here. Let's do Ben Nevis. Really? Yeah. Follow the dark trail. Tropical fruits, toffee apples, caused by thick treacle sweetness before deeper notes come out of tea-chest and cash jar. This is from 2010. This is a Highland 10-year ex-bourbon hogshead second fill red wine barrique, 60.6. As we all know, Ben Nevis is one of my absolute favorite distilleries, so I'm freaking stoked.
And most of your Japanese whiskeys.
That's true, too. Of course, our buddy Bill also donated this one. So I went to visit my brother up in Oklahoma, and I brought a bunch of samples. And Bill's like, you need to take home these other awesome bottles. I'm like, all right, thanks, Bill. You're a great guy. So I try to send some of my brother's buddies up there that like to try to send them some samples for fun. I'd be your best friend if I lived down the road. Well, Whiskey Days, when the castle's open, you're more than welcome. Come do a educational whiskey tasting, and you can try all these things because they'll all be available.
Tropical fruits.
Oh, the thing is, William, I have so many bottles here. It's not even that you're nursing them. It's just I don't drink the same thing very often. Like I go back to the same bottle once every few years for the most part, unless I'm sharing with people. The ones that are usually down is because I put out samples to people. Those are the ones that go down, not because I drank them. It's rare that that's the case.
It's a lot of good dust around here.
Yeah. Speaking, the bottles are definitely covered in dust. These have not been poured in quite some time. Whenever the last year I poured these on, which was several months ago, was I'm sure the last time these were drank.
This is great.
Mm-hmm.
Tropical fruits all over the place.
Oh, Ben Nevis is so good. Oh,
The red wine.
I love it. Oh, you don't live far at all then if you're in Decatur. I mean, you're not close, but you're not far. Yeah, man. We'll be open in a couple of months. You can come check it out, man. Come do an educational whiskey tasting. You can try all sorts of cool shit. It will definitely be worth your money. I assure you. Like I said, we've yet to have a customer not be satisfied, let alone have a really good freaking time and try a bunch of good shit they never thought they'd like. So.
Eater from Decatur.
That's right. So, yeah. It's all good. 2 months will be open, approximately. A good bottle will collect dust. A bad bottle will collect rubbish. This is valid. This is very true.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, Jason Coates. Ben Nevis. I mean, and that's the greatest thing about our place is we can tell it to whatever you want to do. You want to do one distillery, do one distillery. You want to do a certain, region. You want to do all Scotch. You want to learn about the world.
Oh, we can do
whatever you want to do. We can pretty much make it happen.
We can do some flights.
Yeah, to say the least.
They could do the whole 8th Air Force.
Oh, nothing. We're just about to be starting to build out. In the next couple 2-3 weeks, probably start building out something like that, depending how fast all this stuff gets settled down. We're almost there. I know it's been a long time promising this place, but almost 2 years. But we told you what happened.
A watched whiskey castle never boils.
That's right. Perfect. There you go. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, but approximately it'll be around 3,000 bottles of bourbon moved over there, something like that, depending how many students fit in the show. We have decided to keep the canisters because the canisters are cool looking, and a lot of places get rid of them, but a lot of the stories are on there, and they're just fun to look at because I'm a nerd.
Nothing wrong with that.
Bottles are cool, but why not keep the box? You paid for it. We are in DFW. So the place is going to be in Hearst. That's where we'll be at. So, which is like I said, 2 or 3 miles from DFW Airport.
Just on the west side of the airport.
Yeah. So, like I said, so if you just happen to be in town for a layover, I mean, once it's open, come stop by. We'll, obviously let us know in advance because we have to do appointment only because it's kind of hard to otherwise do it because tastings are 90 minutes approximately to 2 hours depending what we're doing. So, last one we're doing here is "Wish You Were There." Now, this I know you're going to love. This is a 3.328 one of 208 is a roasting tiger prawns in a garlic ginger soy sauce. Overlooking the Lockendal, sucking on a Vichy mint pastilles as we ratch a tall ship set sail. This is actually distilled in 2004 from Isla. It's a second fill ex-bourbon. This is Bamore.
I was going to say, it's got to be Bowmore. Yeah. Yeah. I think Scott mentioned that earlier.
Let's see. Oh, good. Then, yeah, if you fly there often, then perfect. Then, yeah, come stop by. Yeah, like I said, it'll be fabulous. We will treat you well. All you fuckers in Texas need to move closer together. I know people in so many different parts of Texas, anywhere from 3 to 12 hours apart. That's true, man. It happens when you have a huge fucking state. Hey, it could be worse. It could be Alaska, which is way further apart.
Drove all day, drove all night. I'm still in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, if you fly through it, yeah, we'll make it happen, William, for sure. I mean, hell, send us an email. We can set it up, very soon for you if you'd like. If you need to do it earlier, we can accommodate at this point in time.
When Bowmore is good,
it's really fucking good.
It's really good.
It's like, why don't your regular offerings taste like this? Except for the Alt More. So that the 10-year cash strength is fabulous. The rest of it's like, make the rest of it taste just like that.
Is that the problem?
No, that's I think it's Beam Suntory ones though. Yeah, at least, but they got Northern Lights. You're just hot as hell and still trying to kill you. That's true. Oh, exactly. It can be so amazing. But yeah, William, if you want to send us an email at whiskeycrusaders3@gmail.com, we can set something up for you. See what you're into. Set up an amazing tasting for you. But yeah, that's the greatest thing about having all this stuff. It's get to share it with you guys and help us build this amazing place. And can't drink all this shit if I wanted to the rest of my life. It's not freaking remotely possible. But if we make a really awesome business out of it and everybody to try it, it's a win for everyone. That's a valid point, Jason. But more should be one of the top tiers. Right. They've been around since 1779. Their shit should be fucking great every day.
This is 17 years old.
Yeah. Oh, it's glorious. So the funny thing is, I actually have an unopened 17 or more I found at Holiday Depot. This is probably like 2016, 2017. And I'm like, can I look for your single malt Scotch whiskey? They don't have much there. This is not the greatest area of town to look for whiskey, but I'm like, can I come behind the register and look through shit? I'm like, okay, weirdo, whatever. They're like, here's all this dusty ass Scotch if you really must want it. Because of course their bourbon was all ridiculously priced, whatever. Like, I don't give a shit about that.
Yes, I do want to look.
And they're like, whatever, it's a bunch of dusty ass old shit over there. You want to look through it, whatever. Man, I found some of the greatest. I think I found 4 or 5 dusty as hell original price bottles. The best find was a 17-year Bowmore in the canister. $71 was the original price of this thing from like 2006. They're like, we just want to get rid of it. Is that okay with you? It's got a slight dent in the canister. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'll definitely take it.
Yes,
I will take it off your hands. No problem. Yeah, I found several things just like that, all gross. I mean, the thing is like, this is supposed to be a white canister. It's like partially black and shit now. I'm like, I don't care. The whiskey's just fine. It's like, there's nothing wrong with it.
Whiskey's still good.
The whiskey's still good. So I've never opened it because I'm like, that's been saved specifically for when the business opened. I've got some really cool shit for you guys that's been saved. So that's one of them. So back in the day when the old 17, apparently, this is according to Donald Rance's grandmother, who we all know loves Bowmore. That is a fabulous bottle. So I will trust in that amazing lady's knowledge of Bowmore that she is correct.
She's Canadian and she knows stuff.
Exactly. Kicking on the idea, but not too hard. You pick him a second more 15, but over 3 years nose gets to 1 and kill. Yeah, but more 15 is good. I don't like it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Exactly, Greg. Memorial Vault number 1 is the oldest done in Island. Exactly. It should all be freaking amazing. But it's just one of those silly ass things, you know.
And 46% non-chill filtered, but
Yeah, exactly.
can't have it all, I guess.
So needless to say, like Scott said, if you join, they give you a $100 gift card. So basically, it's a wash as far as costs if you want to join. But every one of these was good to fucking amazing, and most of them are on the fucking amazing range. So I got no complaints. They're doing a really great job. Everything's cash strength, pretty much. It's good freaking shit.
No coloring, no chill filtering. They don't buy them if they're not good.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to sell you a crappy product. So I got no skin in the game. If you want to join, drink really great shit, go ahead. I think it's worth your money. So, but it's whatever. I just had a great time drinking with Scott, and we drank a lot of whiskey, and I feel really good. So it's all good.
We did some damage.
We're going to find food after this because I'm hungry now. All right, holy shit, it's 11:40. All right,
I got to get over.
I didn't realize it was that late. All right, gentlemen, we will see. Actually, I will not see you guys next week. It's my 20th anniversary next week. My wife will beat me. I will not be here. So I won't be here. I'm going to give Will and Sarah a blind, so they'll be here and hang out with you guys. And that'll be good fun times. Like I said, Talisker Alice Sky 25 is tomorrow. The Black Prince will be Thursday. The Sazerac Gin will be on Saturday. And then I will be back the week later. We have a special guest on the 11th of October, which is Wednesday. We have Jenny from Virginia Distilling will be on. And we're doing a really interesting one. We're going to compare scotches to Virginia Distilling. Should be fun. And then it's a two-parter. And then at 8 o'clock that night, we're having Bacta, which has some 150-year-old Armagnac coming in. So it should be a fun night. We've got Mira and Leo here, who's an expert in Armagnac. Should be a lot of fun. There'll be a lot of crazy crap going on. And that'll be October 11th for that special episode, two-part episode that day. So it's going to be insanity. So it's all good. Thanks, everyone. All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. And we will see you guys in a couple weeks. Cheers.